Good to be with you tonight, and yeah, it should be a good game tonight.
Yeah, good to be here, Rusty, and our partner Zach Waters off tonight, so you got to bear with me. Sorry, Rusty.
That's all right, I'm sure.
But yeah, getting back to the game, it's senior night here at Chartiers-Houston. The seniors being recognized, the football players, the cheerleaders, band members. I would assume Waynesburg. This is really odd in this section.
And it's outside of that, then that could happen.
Now, with that said, it's hard to get around scheduling a senior rec in football because it's typically the last home football game.
From ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at ARH Sports.
All right, welcome back here to Buccaneers Stadium. You hear the Star-Spangled Banner, nicely played by the Chartiers-Houston marching band. And as I mentioned, it is senior night here at Chartiers-Houston, and they sit at 3-1 in the conference right now. In third place, McGuffey, Washington, both tied at the top 3-0. And behind them, Beth Center 1-2, and then two teams at 1-3, both Waynesburg and Charleroi, and then Fraser rounding out the bottom of the conference at 0-3, yet to win a conference game. I did notice one thing during the pregame warm-ups. I don't know how the mud got on it like that.
No idea.
It's a weird place because there's no ground. Like if you could see something splash up maybe, but yeah, it's like I don't even know how the mud got on there like that.
Road.
Yeah, I don't even know how it got like that.
No idea.
But that's all right. We can see through it. It's on the other side, you know. Otherwise, we'd be able to squeegee it off. But yeah, no, it's great facility here. I was telling you, it was easy to get to for me today. Come from the airport, I took the new highway today, so that was nothing like driving on a brand spanking new highway. They had the state troopers out already. They are not wasting any time there. There was one set up.
Got to pay for that.
Yeah, and they got it somehow.
Got to pay for it. But good luck going back. You're not sure if it's open.
I'm not sure.
Back.
I was looking.
Just tell you what. Just go on it, and if you see flashing lights, then it probably wasn't
it's
open.
probably not the lights I want to see. But yeah, Chartiers-Houston getting ready to take the field. McGuffey. What's that? The broom?
There's a tiny little witch broom next to me, and then Halloween's coming up. So
maybe I can ride that home. McGuffey down on the far ends to the right. Buccaneers taking the field right now.
And I should say, next week, you mentioned the Best Center McGuffey football game. Here on the McGuffey Sports Network, we will have playoff soccer. We know we have the boys in the playoffs.
The girls, too.
The girls, possibly.
No, they are. Jason
yeah,
that was a weird tiebreaker. I was talking because Green Sports covered that game, too. And Jason Tennant told me that, because I asked him, I said, what happens if Waynesburg wins Saturday and then they're even up? He said they both make it.
Oh,
so McGuffey basically sealed themselves, and I said it was kind of like if Oprah was hosting the playoffs, like you get a playoff, you get a playoff. But that was
going to be in. Hopefully they're not on the same night, same time. That could create a little bit of an issue, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and he said if they don't settle with the head-to-head, which because both teams obviously did a home and home, he said they don't do a tiebreaker. They just if the teams tie, they both get it.
So we'll have that for you as well. So boys playoff, girls playoff. That comes out. Didn't we say
the games can be as early as according to the PAL calendar as early as the 21st.
Yep.
Obviously, probably not going to have any. And then I know that first Saturday is very, very, and hopefully carry it a deep playoff run. So McGuffey is going to be receiving the opening kickoff. They are going to be defending the end zone down to our left, which I guess would be the north end zone here. And then Chartiers-Houston kicking off from right to left tonight.
Wouldn't that be north?
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you?
The north,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, left, right.
North, south, yeah. Figure out where our bearings are. I know we're parallel to 79, so that makes it easy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you've been listening to the McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show. Rusty, it's your call.
All right.
Fun.
Thank you, sir. Down to our left here, we've got
don't let me screw it up.
I'll do my best. Jeremiah Johnson getting ready to return the kickoff. Can you give me a number on the far side? Is that Brookman?
It looks like Brookman.
Okay,
let me wipe off the window.
It's either 22 or 23, and I think that is 23. Yeah, which would be Kyle Brookman. So he's down there to his left, joined by Jeremiah Johnson.
Very good crowd for Chartiers and McGuffey.
Anthony Romano with the kick. It's end over end, heading towards Johnson. He gets it right at the 10, kind of slips a bit, and thought about reverse, handing it off to Brookman. Said he's going to try to go around the corner, 20, 25. He's brought down as he crosses the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him down, looks like all the way Out about the 28 is where McGuffey will take over on their first offense.
Yard return, but he probably ran it 50-some yards.
Yeah, it looked for a second like he wanted to
it looked like
hand
he had
off
the
in a
option.
reverse to
Yep.
Brookman, but kept it.
Sometimes the threat of that reverse is all you need.
Janovich going to split to the short side, which is the left, and wide to the right is Chipoletti. We've got Brookman in the slot right as well. Under center, Philip McEwen starting off in the first series tonight.
No safety.
Man in motion, Dietrich, and they're going to hand off right up the middle to the fullback. I believe that was Donley. Pushes the pile forward for a couple yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 30 coming up.
And I'm sure the coaches upstairs here from McGuffey noticed it went basically to a cover 0 there. No safety over top, so see if McGuffey could take advantage of that later and try to hit somebody down the seam, right down the middle.
McEwen starting, as we mentioned, last couple weeks, ever since Logan Carlisle's been healthy, the quarterbacks have been alternating series. We'll see if they stick with that tonight. This time, Janovich is going to go wide right. Looks like Chipoletti in the slot right. And in motion is Dietrich. They give it to him on the jet sweep. Going to try to get the corner. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped. And he might lose a yard there. In there on the tackle, number 4, Jake Mell, the junior, coming up from the defensive back position, is going to drop him for a loss. It will be 3rd and 9 coming up.
Well, Mel is pretty much playing the safety position, but he's playing it from basically a linebacker spot, and he came untouched there for the tackle. Nice read there by Mel.
Janovich wide to the left this time. Chipoletti wide to the right on the short side. McEwen under center. 3rd down and long. Brookman in motion, and McEwen's going to keep it. And he pitches late. Brookman, wow, has to dive for that. And does cover the ball up, but no gain on the play, maybe even a loss of 2, actually. We're going to mark him back near the 27-yard line. It'll be 4th down 11. McGuffey forced a punt here on their first series.
Well, Chartiers-Houston did an excellent job, Rusty, of getting penetration, and they made McEwen make a quick decision and almost cost McGuffey the ball.
Jordan Erson and Jake Mell back to receive the punt. Johnson standing about his own 15-yard line awaiting the snap.
To hem Mel in. So 1st and 10 for Chartiers at the 37, going right to left. If you're listening to us on audio only, hopefully you're joining us on the video as well.
All right, shotgun here. The quarterback is Terry Fetzko, junior. He's 5'11". He stands in shotgun. He's got 2 running backs one to each side, and he hands off late up the middle. Carrying that forward was number 11, Nathan Cavallo. He is going to get a couple, maybe 3, out to the 40-yard line.
Quarterback is the son of the head coach here for Chartiers-Houston, Terry Fetzko. The younger Fetzko, the son, is a junior.
All right, this time, hard count. Got McGuffey to
McGuffey
move a
jumps.
bit.
Chipoletti. Looks like Chipoletti from his outside linebacker position moved and jumped across the line.
It's a free 5 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and short. 2nd and 2 coming up. And, Jason, this was a huge problem for McGuffey at Lindsley. They got called, I think, Zach and I counted 7 or 8 times. They got caught on the hard count, and that was a big factor in Lindsley being able to come back in that game. There's a shotgun snap. Handoff up the middle. Yeah, it looked like we had 2 guys in motion. 1st down, and getting all the way across midfield inside the 45 of McGuffey's number 24, Jordan Erson.
And I don't know if you can hear the coaches upstairs, Rusty. They're screaming their head off because they're right. The running back came in motion toward us and then went forward.
Yeah.
You can't go forward.
Yeah. Well, not in this league.
No.
Arena ball or Canadian football
possibly.
Not in high school football. And we got a timeout. First one taken by McGuffey. We'll take it with him with 8:36 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless here between McGuffey and Chartiers-Houston. You listen to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air 8 Sports Shop on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit AR8 Sports Shop. AR8 Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Back here after the timeout, and
looks like we might have a clock issue.
All right.
Can we get 8:41 on the play clock, please?
Yeah, they want to add about 5 seconds back on the game clock. It'll put it at 8:41. While we got some time, yeah, you mentioned Terry Fetzko is the head coach here at Chartiers-Houston. Of course, the McGuffey Highlanders, coached by Mr. Ed Dalton. And they're working on that. While they are doing that, they ready to go? Okay, I'll save that. I was going to read our McAdoo's spot here, might as well, but they got it sorted out. All right, we are ready to roll. So it is first down and 10 after the run by Urson. Shotgun snap awaits Fetzko again. He gets it, looks right, throws right. It's going to be probably luckily incomplete because they were either going to lose a lot or there's a possibility of two guys possibly getting a chance to intercept that. But they tried a wide receiver screen, and both Chipoletti and Ethan Dietrich were all over that in the backfield.
Yeah,
so
the screen was intended for Justin Beakley, the senior wide receiver for Chartiers-Houston, and nothing good was going to come off that play.
No.
You're going to lose yards, or it was going to be picked, and possibly 6.
All right, 2 wideouts split to the right side, shotgun again for Fetzko. And with 2 running backs, 1 to each side, he's going to hand off late again. Urson up the middle, got a hole, 45, 40, across the 40, and inside the 35. He's close to another first down, and he's got it. He's going to be marked down near the 34-yard line, and that moves the chains again. It was that late draw play that they ran earlier, and just a huge hole off left tackle.
Yeah, McAdoo got caught up on his block, couldn't get off. He tried to get him with the left arm, but unable to.
Timeout again. So we will take another timeout. That is McGuffey's second already. And we're right back here on the McGuffey's. Well, actually, yeah, we'll do that now. So we'll talk about McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. Cold weather wreaks havoc on your vehicles. Dead batteries, flat tires, or simply locked out. Call McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. McAdoo's offers roadside services, including fuel delivery, lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour recovery and hauling services for vehicles and loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes. A family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call a family you can trust? Call them at 724-484-7300. That's McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. Their business is picking up.
Got to say, Rusty, it's probably the first time this year we've seen Coach Dalton call a couple timeouts back-to-back almost.
Yeah, that quick. I mean, we've seen him in the past. There's been a couple games we've actually remarked where he's actually taken a few into the locker room, which that never happens. But yeah, this time obviously wanting to sort things out on offense. And Chartiers-Houston's been, or defense rather, Chartiers-Houston's given them some stuff to look at. They've
I think they just got out formation on that last play because we had the defensive end out here in McAdoo, but there were 2 blockers trying to get him, and he just couldn't get off the 2 blocks.
He switches over to the left side this time as they have first and 10. And there's another handoff. Urson over the right side, makes a move inside the 35. He'll be stopped after a gain of about 3 down to the inside the 32. Well, yeah, it's a gain of short 3. So
Logan Carlisle on the tackle for the Highlanders, coming up from the cornerback position.
Second down and a short 8 or long 7, depending on how you want to look at it.
You can always tell when you're underneath the coaches.
Yeah.
Especially when they're mad.
You hear the chairs move around a lot.
Yeah.
That's when you don't want to have food sitting there because that's when, like, the dust and stuff starts to fall down.
Didn't you have that issue at Wash High?
Yeah, that was a couple years ago in the range. Yeah, Zach and I were talking about that the other night. All right. 2 wideouts to the right side. And here's the handoff on the left, and it's going to be up the middle again to Earson. He broke the first tackle, got inside the 30 and to the 29. That'll be a pickup of about 3.
Well, sophomore Evan Brookman got into the backfield and made first contact, but wasn't able to bring him down. Well, they're going to give him a generous spot, Rusty. Look at this.
He did. He got just inside the 30, yeah. So
okay.
that's third down and 5 coming up. So
all right.
You're at the point of the field where I would imagine this is 4-down territory unless you have a really, really strong
Brookman missed him, but he got right back up to his credit and helped.
3rd and 5, shotgun
down
for Fetzko. He's got it, and he's going to throw right. He does. It's going to be up and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was intended for Colton Craig on the right side, and that ball was just way too high for everybody. And that'll bring up 4th down and 5.
Yeah, Logan Carlisle on the coverage, but a better thrown ball there. That's probably a first down. So Chartiers-Houston, I would assume, are going to go for it.
Yeah, it looks like they're keeping.
They're a little confusion, and this might be a timeout.
It might be.
Nothing else.
Well, they've still got 20 seconds on the play clock. Game clock is stopped at 6:55. We're still scoreless here in the first quarter.
We're still in the huddle with 10 seconds.
All right, they head up to the line. 2 wideouts, no, 3 to the left.
Fetzko's going to want a timeout.
And they are going to call that timeout. 6:55 to go in the first. We are scoreless between Chartiers-Houston and McGuffey. We're right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air H Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlanders Nation, looking for that perfect piece of clothing to showcase your McGuffey spirit? Look no further than Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington. Fanatic Impressions offers a wide variety of sporting goods, athletic apparel, and school spirit gear. Have an event coming up? Fanatic Impressions offers custom bulk screen printing and promotional product printing to help make your team, event, wedding, or business all the more personal. Open Monday through Saturday. Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington.
Back here, Buccaneers Stadium. Sorry, Rusty. Did I just see a flashlight on your pen?
I do. This one's got like this little LED light, so if we ever need it, if the lights go out, I at least be able to see the numbers on the
Oh,
card.
no, you're not leaving here with that. You're stealing it.
Well, look how old it is. It's all nicked up and everything.
That's kind of nifty.
Yeah, not bad. It comes in handy. That was Chartiers-Houston's first time out of the half. McGuffey's used 2 of theirs already. So we're not even halfway through this first quarter. All right, when we come back, and we're about to.
It was just slow to get the play in. I think he was caught indecisive what he wanted to do here. Either pin McGuffey deep or.
Yeah, they are. They have the offense on the field. 4th down and 5. They need to get inside the 25-yard line here. Hard count again. They almost got McGuffey to jump. They tried again. There's a snap.
Chartiers-Houston.
They did,
The
yes.
slot
So that's the problem with running that hard count.
Mel moved
Now
out in the slot on the right.
This is being a field position game. I don't know. It's going to be 4th and 10.
Well, McGuffey made this mistake at Lindsley, if you remember.
Well, they went with the fake punt. They were even further out. They were back near about the 38 or 39.
Yeah.
This is now at the 34. They still the offense. They got 4th and 10 to go.
This could be a quick kick, too, by the quarterback. You never know.
Possibly. Fetzko has it. Looking down the middle. Throws down the right. He's got 3 guys streaking down. There it is. Oh, broken up at the last second. Logan Carlisle coming in with the left hand. Knocks that away. That was a beautifully thrown ball and was right on the money.
Irate. They wanted a pass interference call against Logan Carlisle. But if he's going up and playing the ball.
That's exactly what he did. He went up and knocked the ball away. So that's what you teach. And that causes a turnover on downs. McGuffey will get it out at the 34.
Boy, that was a nice throw, though, by Fetzko.
It was a beautiful throw.
He put it right there where you needed to.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 for the Highlanders around 39 or 34
I think that was
yard line.
that Mel that was on the pattern? I believe it was.
I believe it was from the slot position.
All right, so this time we got McAdoo split wide to the right and
Logan Carlisle under center.
And Janovich on the left side.
So Carlisle at quarterback.
Yeah, it's his first.
And he needs a timeout.
He does, and that's the last one for McGuffey in the first half. So with 6:42 to go.
Oh, they only had 10 guys on the field.
Well, that's a good reason to take it.
Yep.
We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop and carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlander fans, let's face it, nobody enjoys when their vehicle needs service work. So let the trusted professionals at Route 40 Auto ease your worries. It's quality service and diagnostics with a hometown feel, offering brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, engine repair, transmission repair, suspension repair, and regular maintenance for your vehicle. Maybe it's as simple as an oil change or as pesky as a state and emission test. Call Route 40 Auto at 724-484-7963 or stop in at 150 Route 40 West in West Alexander.
And one thing, Rusty, that Ed likes to do, Coach Dalton that is, when I say Ed, he allows like the running backs or wide receivers, you got to know your rotations. You got to know when you go in. So he leaves that between the ones that are subbing for each other. And that time, as you mentioned during the break, we didn't have a fullback.
Yeah.
So that falls back on the fullback and then the players. They have to know their rotation.
A lot of heavy sledding there. A lot of bodies up front. And as you mentioned, they seem to be stacking the box.
Yeah, and they pitched it out. And the quarterback actually leads on that as well. So you got Jeremiah Johnson, the fullback, and the quarterback, Logan Carlisle, leading on that pitch. But one last thing about that timeout. That's great composure by a freshman quarterback to realize, hey, we need a timeout here. I don't have a fullback. You know, he didn't panic. And
2nd down and 8 coming up. Carlisle goes under center. This time they send Dietrich out to the slot right. And faking the pitch is Carlisle. Rolling out. He's got to move. He does to the left. Got a hold of the 35, 40, first down to the 45, 50, and out of bounds across midfield, all the way down near the Chartiers-Houston 45-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
Well, nice job. He fakes the pitch, and really faked the pitch to nobody. And he rolled out here to the right, and when he looked up, he saw nothing but green turf on the left-hand side toward his own bench, and a nice decision by Logan Carlisle. That's just a good athletic play by the quarterback.
So first down for the Highlanders today. 5:46 remaining in the first quarter. We are still scoreless. This time, Cipoletti back out there. He's split wide to the right. Janovich to the left side. Under center goes Carlisle. And in motion is Dietrich. And keeping it is Carlisle up the middle. Follows Johnson up the middle for a nice gain across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. That's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd down and 4.
And that's a great body to follow, Jeremiah Johnson. A lot of those linebackers and DBs, they don't want to be blocked by a fullback coming through there. And Logan Carlisle does a good job to stay low and get behind Jeremiah Johnson as fullback and weave his way through there for a gain of 6 on first down.
Same wide receivers, both split to either side. 2nd down and 4. This time Dietrich in motion to the right. Up the middle to the fullback, and he dove forward. He's, I think they're marking him about a yard shy. He'll be at the 36-yard line. Bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and I had mentioned to a couple of the assistant coaches from McGuffey in the last couple of weeks, I wonder at some point if we'll see both Carlisle and McCune on the field at the same time.
What do they say?
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
We'll see. It has crossed their minds, put it
Yep.
that way, about putting, because if you look at Phillip, he's a great runner.
Yeah.
And he's a load to bring down. So you might see Carlisle and him on the field at the same time at some point.
3rd down and 1. Dietrich in motion. This time Carlisle trying to follow his fullback up the middle. He's close. I think the last lean might have put him right on the 35-yard line, which should be enough to move the sticks. He kind of landed on the tackling player, and they will move it forward. So 1st down and 10 for McGuffey at the Chartiers-Houston 35. Carlisle heads over to get the play from assistant coach Guy Montecalvo.
McGuffey has a little drive being put together here.
Yeah.
Started at their own 36-yard or 34-yard line, correct?
Yep. 1st down and 10. Short side is to the right. That's where Cipoletti lines up. Brookman in motion to the left. They pitch it to him. Cuts up the middle, runs over one tackler, still on his feet, struggling forward, and leans again. They're going to say, are they marking him down back? No. All right, so apparently he must have went down. Something must have touched down after a gain of 2 because they're marking him down at the 33-yard line.
It looked like Brookman wanted to go out toward the sidelines, but Chartiers-Houston did a good job that time to get wide and force Brookman back inside. It looked like it was Lane Camden, number 9 for Chartiers-Houston. I'm having trouble seeing those numbers.
2nd down and 8 to go. They need to get to the 25 for the 1st down. Dietrich in motion again. This time a late handoff to the left side. Brookman, and he kind of stutters through the line. Might have gotten one down to the 32. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that's that delayed counter, and Chartiers-Houston's got to be careful here. A little late hit after the play, and the officials are having a word with the Chartiers-Houston player. 55 for the Highlanders, which is Troy Flosk, made a block, and he blocked his guy about 7 or 8 yards down the field. And I think the official just had a word with both of them, actually.
Okay.
But Flosk was just blocking toward the whistle, and I think the Buccaneer player just took exception to that. No harm, no foul. Let him play.
They actually marked him for no gain there. So 3rd and 8 coming up. Carlisle goes under center. Dietrich in motion. And Carlisle keeps it, and he tries to get around the right. He's makes another move, makes a beautiful move inside the 30. He's short of the 1st down, but that looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain. Instead, he is all the way down to the 26 or 27-yard line. It's going to be 4th and short.
Yeah, he made it a more manageable.
Much more, yeah. We'll say 4th and a short 2 coming up here for the Highlanders. Ball is just outside the. Yeah, well,
a long one.
There's a big difference from where the down stick is and where the actual ball is marked. The ball is sitting just to the nose of it's touching the 26, and they need to make it to the 25.
It's a big play here for the Highlanders and the Buccaneers.
4th and 1. This time, they actually take the fullback out of the play. He's to the left side. And they're going to be jet sweep to Brookman, and he is hitting the backfield and dropped for loss. And a really nice play by the defensive end coming there. That was number 32, Jesse Orban, and he read that, held his end, and he's going to stop Brookman short, and Chartiers-Houston's going to take over first down and 10 right at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I'm not one to second guess coaching, but 3rd and 1, you do that jet sweep motion. Now you really have like 4 yards to go because your running back's already behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I almost like to see that power right up the middle, follow the fullback on that play.
Yeah, or maybe Carlisle follows the fullback
Yep.
like they did earlier. But here we go. Chartiers-Houston. Everybody's in tight except one wideout split wide to the left. They hand off up the middle and going to be hit hard as the tailback. That's Ireson again, and he's dropped after a gain of 3. They're going to mark him down at the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
Looks like Jeremiah Johnson was in on that tackle as well as Evan Brookman for the Highlanders. But a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for the Buccaneers. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. We're scoreless between Chartiers-Houston and McGuffey.
Second offensive series for the Buccaneers. They stalled out in McGuffey's end last time, gave it over on downs. Shotgun here. 3 running backs in the backfield with Fetzko. He's got it. He hands off on the right side. This one's going to be hit in the backfield. Going to be a loss on the play. They hand it off to the tailback who was all the way at the top of that formation, and he's going to lose one and make it 3rd and 8.
I think Morgan Shriver was the first one in for the Highlanders that time. Then he was joined by his teammates.
Actually lost 2 on that.
Yep, and they just made a meeting at the ball.
They did.
That's good ball pursuit
Do you know,
by the defense.
we've mentioned Logan Smith was out last week. Did you hear what his
Saw him in a
injury is?
sling last week.
I saw that too.
Yep.
Yeah. And we got a timeout here.
And
That's the end of the quarter. So we'll talk about that and more when we get back here for second quarter action. Scoreless between McGuffey and Chartiers-Houston. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air H Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit the Back Lot, located at 840 Race Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
Napa Auto Parts, conveniently located at 323 Main Street in Claysville, is your hometown auto parts store. Stocking auto parts, tools, equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Napa continues to serve auto service professionals, do-it-yourselfers, and everyday drivers with quality parts and supplies to keep cars, trucks, and equipment performing safely and efficiently. With a reputation for quality parts, rapid availability, and knowledgeable people, you can rely on Napa for all your transportation needs. Napa Auto Parts in Claysville, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., and open Saturday, 6 to 3.
Welcome back here to Buccaneers Stadium. Chartiers-Houston and your McGuffey Highlanders scoreless after 1 quarter of play. Chartiers-Houston has it on their own 31-yard line. It's 3rd down and 9 coming up. They'll be out there in the shotgun again, once again with the 3 running backs in the backfield with their quarterback, Terry Fetzko.
Unique formation.
It is.
Very. You got the fullback in front about 2 yards off of the line of scrimmage.
And looking left is Fetzko. He throws. He's got a man down there. It's going to be incomplete again, this time broken up by Janovich. So
Nice
another
coverage.
job by a defensive back for the Highlanders, breaking up a pass play on a 3rd down and long this time. Last time it was 4th and long.
That time, again, the intended target was Mel for Chartiers-Houston. Janovich was right on him. Mel tried to go over his back, over Janovich's back to make that catch, but great job by Ethan Janovich to defend it and not take a pass interference penalty.
Yep. Logan Carlisle back to receive this punt. He did a really nice job last week against Waynesburg with the punt return game.
He's just an athlete. I mean,
Yep.
You want the ball in his hand.
Romano, who did the kicking duties on the opening kickoff, will be punting here. Gets the snap, puts one end over end, wobbler towards Carlisle, 35. Tries to make a move around the right side. He does. Breaks one tackle at the 40. Back inside. It gets hit from behind. We have a flag coming in from behind. Oh, and going to probably have another flag on Kyle Brookman because there was already a flag that was down here, and then the second one comes out. from the referee. I think he's out of flags now, because that would be
Should
both
be.
of his. But it would have been down at the 45-yard line. Instead, I think we're probably coming back, unless that first flag is on the Buccaneers.
Now, here's the issue I have with this.
Yeah.
The last series, McGuffey had the ball. Their kid did the same thing to Falosk,
Yeah,
and the official just had a word with both of them.
yeah.
Now we did it, and now we got the flag.
Well, that was a pretty blatant
Yeah.
shove, though, and that's you can't not throw the flag on that. That was right out in the middle of the open, and the play was well over. Brooklyn's got to keep his head.
We may get 2 penalties. We may get the illegal block in the back against McGuffey, and then after the play, a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah. So there's the block, and there's a hold.
It was a hold against McGuffey,
They have to figure out where that hold was, too. That might have been back here.
and then we're going to get a dead ball against McGuffey. So it's going to be a 25-yard penalty
Yeah.
against McGuffey.
You can't do that. And imagine Coach Dalton not very pleased with Brookman after that. But nonetheless, the offense would have had really, really great field position instead. Now they're marking off the 10, so this will be back to the 26, and then they'll go half the distance. Where are we going to end up? He's standing at the 20 right now. He's still going to – is the 20-yard line where the holding was? The kick didn't even go that far.
Well, holding would have been at the 40 then. Because 10
Oh,
yards
so
makes
they
it
did
at
spot.
30.
No, they spotted. Okay.
Yep.
I thought he was going to walk
Yeah,
more off. That's
yeah.
why. All right.
So the penalty happened at the 40, 10 yards makes it to the 30, and then the dead
Half the
ball, half the distance.
well, no, that would have put it at the 50.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
either way, they got the ball at the 20. It's a loss of 25 yards in the exchange based on the 2 penalties.
Well, yeah, that wouldn't be half the distance from the 30,
Yeah.
would it? I think
ball's
they're
sitting at the
confused because that can't be right. You got to find out where the holding call was first. Then it's 10 yards
Yep.
from the holding call, and then it's half the distance from that spot. And it looked like the holding call was at the 37. Is that right?
Yeah.
So if it's at the 37, you put it at the 27, half the distance, put the ball at the 13, and let's play ball.
But while they talk about that, we can tell you about ARH Sports. ARH Sports and the next gun show coming up. It's actually going to
County's
be
largest.
right down the road from here, like what, about a stone's throw from where we're
Yep.
sitting right now at the fairgrounds. That's January 8th and 9th. They just had the one a couple weeks ago. They've got 4 scheduled for next year, and the next one, mark your calendars, January 8th and 9th. It's Saturday and Sunday. I believe it's 9 to 4 both days.
And they had over 1,500 visitors.
I was one of them.
You were one of them.
I was.
I was not. I was out of town. I would have liked to have been one.
Got some accessories, which
All
was
right,
nice.
so they're going to move. I didn't
Yeah,
think
they-
it could have
okay.
been at the 20.
And
Well, where are we going here?
it's inside the 15, down around
13.
the
I
13-yard
was
line.
right.
There you go.
I did. We could have saved ourselves a whole lot of time to just listen to me.
That's okay.
yeah. I mean,
Nobody really listens to
nope,
that
nope,
anyways.
nope, nope, nope. Nobody listens to
All
me.
right, first down and 10 from their own 13. That is now a loss of, 30?
Some yards.
Yeah, about 32 yards after those 2 penalties. And Philip McEwen's back out there under center. There's a snap. Up the gut to Jeremiah Johnson. He's still pushing forward. And they blow the whistle after he crosses the 15.
Maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah. Let's see. The near guy has him. Yeah, so I was going to say the far side official has him almost the 16. But where are they putting the ball?
15.
15. So
Nope,
gain of 2.
Nope. 16. They just moved it
All
up.
right.
They just moved
And
it up.
all right. Well, so
2 to 3.
second and 7. We got Travis White split wide to the left side, and I believe is that Chipoletti or Janovich on the right?
I think it's Chipoletti.
McEwen under center. Second down. Man in motion's Dietrich. They pitch it to him. Wants to head up the middle. Has a block. And still pushing forward, getting some help from his lineman. That pile is still moving. He's got a first down out near the 25-yard line, and that was a lot of help from his friends.
That looked like a rugby scrum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's legal now.
That is a big first down because McGuffey really put themselves in a hole with those penalties. But to get out from the shadow of your own goalpost, what is laying at the 10? Is that a water bottle or a sleeve?
I'm going to guess it's
is that a
something
pink
pink.
sock for breast cancer awareness?
Might
Maybe
be.
I don't know.
maybe a wrist.
Maybe I don't know.
Sleeve.
Whatever it is, it's sitting at the 10, so they're about 15 yards away from it at least. Pink towel. Oh, okay. All right. Pink towel. McEwen under center. No, and man in motion's Dietrich. Late handoff. No, McEwen keeps it. Wants to go right side. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage and is going to be dropped. No gain on the play. He had a couple options to hand off and try to get around the right side, but there was just a ton of Buccaneers over there waiting for him. And now McEwen's helmet comes off, so Carlisle, I believe, is going to have to come on for at least one play.
Yep, high school rule, as is college rule. If you lose your lid, you got to come off for one play, unless the defender is penalized and caused it. So Carlisle comes on, 2nd and 10 for the Highlanders. 9:44, clock turning, left and a half.
So McEwen will be out here for this one, and he's got a 2nd and 10. Dietrich in motion. Make the pitch. Keeping it. Carlisle, he's going to be brought down from behind. He might have fell forward for about a half yard.
That was good pursuit there defensively. I can't get the number on that, Rusty. It looks like 67 maybe?
I think they said Cap.
Can't be 67.
Cap is always 53.
53.
Anthony Cap is
How did
always
I
on the
get
tackle.
67 and 53
Don't know.
confused?
Yeah, he might have gained like a length of the ball. It's 3rd and 10 here coming up, and I believe Carlisle's still out there. See if maybe they go to the air on this one. Dietrich in motion. Carlisle rolls back, looks, throws. He's got a man. It's complete to Johnson. Breaks a tackle and gets out close. He's about a yard shy of the first down. He's out to the 34-yard line.
So it'll be 4th and 1, and I think you have to punt here, correct, partner?
I mean,
The last 4th and 1 didn't go very well.
it did not. I would not run another jet sweep. I know that
Yeah,
for sure.
it
And
looks
they
like they're gonna
are
punt.
sending out the special teams unit, so it's 4th down and 2, actually. They're going to mark it. Well, it's still 4th and 1. The ball's sitting at the 34. They need to get to the 35.
Nice pass there by Carlisle to Janovich.
Now,
Or not Janovich,
I will say
Johnson.
this. They ran that fake punt at Lindsley a couple weeks ago. That was about 4th and 10. I did not like this. Here you only need a yard, so.
But you see what Chartiers doing? They're keeping pretty much their defense, and they know which way that fake goes, to the right. So they got extra defenders over there, so you almost have to punt this
Snap.
away.
Oh, keeping it is Johnson. He's going to try to head up the middle. He tried to push forward, and he
got
might have got it with second effort.
Yep.
Wow, that was all Johnson there.
It was. Chartiers-Houston, had the defenders out there. They had 3 extra defenders, and McGuffey, thanks to Johnson, picks up the first down. Now, late flag.
There's a late flag.
I don't even see the flag.
Is there a flag? Or is
Yep,
it
it's
just
back here at the 40.
Oh, yeah, it's all the way on the other side of the 50-yard line.
I don't know what that would be for.
Are they saying it was delay of game, maybe? Maybe the clock had expired? They're over here talking to the
Personal foul, tripping against Chartiers.
Oh, wow. So that happened way away from the play.
Yep.
That would have been on one of the gunners going down the field. So that one, it was going to be 1st down and 10 just across the 35, but now they'll tack on 15, and
midfield.
McGuffey's at midfield. Yeah, so sitting right at the 50-yard line, that is a big chunk of yards, and you got to remember this drive started all the way back at the 13-yard line.
Yep. Is that McEwen back in at quarterback, partner? Yep.
It is.
Chipoletti split right, White split left.
Johnson in the fullback position. Back to pass is McEwen. He's got pressure. He makes a move. Now makes another move. He's going to be hit and dropped. And that was a face mask that came in from the second guy.
Yep.
He's going to be dropped for a loss of about 8, but I think that might be nullified by the face mask.
It looked like the Buccaneers got him up around the old face mask.
That was the referee that threw it. So face mask.
It was actually the umpire threw it.
Oh, did that come from back there?
Yep,
I thought it came from
the
behind him.
umpire.
All right.
Like referee missed it, and that's because his back was to it.
Personal
so that's
foul,
gonna be
face
15
mask.
yards.
So they will mark it off from the spot of the foul, which was back at around the 42.
Yep.
And it should stay 1st down. So
It'll be first and
2.
1st and 2.
Ball resting at the Buccaneers' 42-yard line now. That's the one thing I had to get used to with high school football. Is it's the one league where personal foul is not an automatic 1st down.
Yep.
Same with pass interference, I believe.
Yep, that is correct.
All right, McEwen under center is 1st down and 2. Dietrich in motion. Rolling right now, giving it right is to Johnson, and Johnson falls forward for maybe a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd down and short for the Highlanders. Good pursuit over there. In on the tackle was Lane Camden, among others.
You'd like to take a shot here, wouldn't you? 2nd and short. I mean, even on 1st and short.
I think at some point they had their best. I was about to say this earlier on one of the earlier drives that Carlisle was out there. Their best pass plays have come down the seam all year, and it's usually been either the slot guy or a guy leaving from his tailback position on that wing. There we go. 2nd and 1. McEwen brings the Highlanders offense up to the line. Dietrich in motion. And up the middle, Johnson breaks a tackle, stumbles. He's still on his feet. 20, 25 to the 15, 10. Jeremiah Johnson gets tackled from behind inside the 5.
No flags.
Johnson got hit right at the line of scrimmage, but busted through and was able to keep his balance in order to get inside the 5 all the way down near the, they're going to put it right at the 5.
Jordan Urson with a touchdown saving tackle from behind. We got a Buccaneer limping off the field here. Lane Camden, the senior running back and defensive back.
He's been in a lot of the tackles so far, too. All right, so after the big run by Johnson, this drive has been all Jeremiah Johnson. He had the fake punt on 4th down that got them the 1st down. Is he, I think he might be getting a rest, too. That is
Dylan Droboy.
Yeah, Droboy out there in the fullback position.
Haven't seen Eric Donley in the fullback position
We have
yet.
not. Gonna up the middle to Brookman. Makes a move. He cuts back. Tries to get into the end zone. He does. Pushes forward across the goal line for 6 with 5:50. Well, the clock's still running. 5:56 to go in the half. McGuffey takes a 6-0 lead.
And Brookman makes up for the penalty, the 25 yards in penalty that he committed. It cost the Highlanders 30-some yards in field position. We have an injured Buccaneer, so let's take a break before the extra point here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Since 1988, Tri-State Designs has provided customers with the highest quality awards for all occasions. Conveniently located on Main Street in Claysville, Tri-State Designs features a full showroom with many examples of the various awards they offer. Trophies, plaques, ribbons, engravings, or maybe you need a custom order. No problem. Stop in or give them a call at 724-663-5346. Tri-State Designs, a trusted award shop and proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
Highlanders Nation lives here. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
All right, back here at Buccaneer Stadium, McGuffey strikes first, but not until just under 6 minutes to go in the half. They are able to get on the board with a 5-yard run by Kyle Brookman. Up and jogging off the field was the injured player for the Buccaneers. That's number 78, Blake Bard. The senior defensive lineman is able to get off under his own power, which is a great sign. So Ethan Dietrich out here to attempt the point after. He'll be held by his quarterback, Philip McEwen. And that snap is down. That kick is up. And that kick is good with 5:56 to go in the half. McGuffey leads Chartiers-Houston 7-0. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
All right, so first time today we'll be seeing McGuffey kick off. They did receive the opening kickoff, so Chartiers-Houston will get that chance in the second half, but they'll have one right here as well, as they will be heading from left to right on offense. 5:56 to go in the half, and Jason, a lot of good things done by McGuffey on that drive. That went 87 yards.
Yeah, and had a fake punt, which Jeremiah Johnson was able to beat 3 defenders to get the first down. They got the tripping call on that, which helped. And looked like Philip McEwen was going to be sacked back for an 8-yard loss, but a face mask penalty wiped that out. So McGuffey was helped by that, but good work, and Brookman getting the touchdown, as I mentioned, the atones for its.
Yeah, well, there were 2 15-yard penalties. We had the tripping call after the fake punt. The fake punt was successful, but the 15-yard tripping, and then that. So high end-over-end kick that's heading back towards the left side. It's caught near the 13, up over the 15. Trying to get near the 20. I believe that's Ireson. He does get across the 20. It is Ireson. He's going to actually push forward with second effort out to the 25. That'll be where the Buccaneers take over first down and 10.
Should mention at halftime we'll have the Trib halftime show with Dawn Rebel and Chris Harlan. We're also going to play the Dr. Dalton interview again that I did last week with Coach Dalton. Several of the community members asked to hear that because they didn't get to hear it last week. So we'll play it again for you.
All right. 5:46 to go in the half. Chartiers-Houston has 2 timeouts remaining, I believe. I think they've only used one. McGuffey's used all of theirs. In the shotgun is Terry Fetzko, the quarterback. He's got trips to the right side. Man in motion out to the left. We have a flag. That came late. And that, wow. Did they throw that on Johnson? That was a good 5 seconds after he moved.
It was.
Okay.
I don't doubt he might have been in the neutral zone. It's just a late reaction.
Yeah, it's just a really odd. Yeah, he moved, and then you had time for him to move, get back. A man started in motion, left,
and then they threw the flag.
So, all right. Well, it's 1st and 5 now after that, and that's a second time McGuffey's jumped offside.
Just pre-snap penalties, man.
That's 2 of them already. All right. Shorter yards to the sticks here for the Buccaneers. This time they hand off, trying to left side the fullback, and he gets across the 35 for a first down. That was Cavallo. Gain of 6 brings him out to the 36-yard line. We have a flag. Where was that one?
I don't even see it.
Trying to see who's
dead ball.
Unsportsmanlike on McGuffey.
Targeting? That wasn't targeting.
I don't think so. Usually that's a fist up here. Wow, that's a big one. They were going to be at the 36. That's another 15-yarder. These penalties today have been huge on both sides.
Wow, I didn't see that one.
Helmet to helmet hit. Yeah. Okay, so helmet to helmet hit.
Wow.
And, all right, well, that puts the ball near midfield. It's sitting at the 49-yard line of Chartiers-Houston. That's where they'll have it 1st and 10. But close. Yeah, similar. Yeah, helmet to helmet hit. All right, 2 wide receivers to the left side. 2 running backs in the backfield with Fetzko. He waits the shotgun snap. He gets it. Hands off again to Cavallo, and he's going to be hit the line of scrimmage, but gets across the 50 for a gain of about 3 yards down to the McGuffey 48-yard line. Nick Sproul on the stop.
I usually call that the Chuck Noll special. Chuck Noll was famous for run it again.
Yeah.
Run it again. That Super Bowl he ran it. I think Terry Bradshaw said he ran the play 4 straight times.
Wow.
Run it again. Run it again.
They're not stopping it. Well, that time they stopped it after a 3-yard gain. So they cut 50% of the yards out. It was 6 yards the last time. All right. So this time all the wide receivers line up on the right side, and that is the short side of the field. Snap goes to, and they hand off to Ireson, and he's across the 45. He dives forward down to the 44-yard line.
Jeremiah Johnson on the tackle for the Highlanders.
This will bring up 3rd down and 3. A big 3rd down coming up here for the McGuffey defense.
Yeah. Looks like Kyle Brookman's playing safety. They moved Philip McEwen over to like a strong safety corner position. Janovich and Carlisle at the corners.
Cavallo, the fullback, comes back out. He's got Ireson in the backfield as well.
This is, 4 down territory unless you lose yards here, right?
I don't know. You're too close to midfield for my taste, but what do I know? Shotgun formation,
we're up here.
3 wide, and there's the shotgun snap. They give it to Ireson. He's going to be hit in the backfield, and he is going to lose yardage. Finally thrown down back across the 50, but his forward progress will be marked down at the 48, but that is a loss of about 3 or 4 yards, and I'd imagine right now.
Now you punt.
Yeah.
That was Morgan Shriver and Henry Hess that were in there.
6.
So great job by Shriver and Hess, and don't jump off sides here.
Yeah, you could expect at least one attempt at the hard count coming up.
And McGuffey can't stop the clock, no timeouts.
But you'll have, if they get the ball, you can control that a little bit better. Plenty of time.
Chartiers just trying to get lined up correctly here.
Game clock down to 12. Snap, back, and the punt is off. And heads to Carlisle, calls for fair catch right at the 19-yard line.
Well, Coach Dalton's got to be happy we're catching punts now.
Yeah, actually going to put him at the 20. Yeah, no, and Carlisle, he went in that game that you and I talked about. I think it was the Charleroi game, and that was something they wanted to work on a lot. And that was the first time we got to see Logan in trying to do it. He had his issues with it, but ever since then, he's been improving steadily each week. So he will take the snaps on this series as they've been alternating. This is the 4th one. So he will be under center with 3:09 to go. As Jason mentioned, no timeouts remaining for the Highlanders. They've used them all here in the first half. They lead 7-0 here. And would love to add to
them all in
that.
the first quarter.
They did use them all. Yeah, before like the first half of the first quarter. Carlisle goes under center, 1st and 10 at the 20. Dietrich in motion. They pitch it to him, reversed. Brookman breaks a tackle, the 20, 25, and gets just caught from behind as he gets out near the 29-yard line. He's going to be about a half yard short of the first down.
And what hurt Brookman that time is when he got the reverse, he kind of stumbled. He got the turf monster there, and he kind of stumbled through the hole. He had a huge hole. He had one defender that was unblocked, and he made a little move on him, but I think that him being off balance coming through, Rusty, kind of slowed him down just enough to be tackled.
Still a nice pickup. It gets 9 on it. 2nd down and short. And Johnson back in the fullback position. And I think we fumbled a snap.
Yep,
and
he picks it up.
He did, and he was able to fall forward with it to get the first down. So,
you know, I mentioned this earlier, and now that I think about it, I haven't seen Eric Donnelly on defense.
Number 30. I have not either.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. Catch one of the coaches right before halftime.
Is that him straight across from us? Straight across about the 43-yard line? Right behind me, number 15. He's kind of limping a little bit.
Possibly.
It is. Dietrich in motion. This time they give it to no. They keep it. Pitch it late to Dietrich. He's got it to 30. Oh, gets tripped up from behind at the 35. That's a pickup of about 4 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 with 1:47 to go and counting. So McGuffey is going to have to start hurrying up here if they want to, if they're going to be getting these little small chunks of yards.
Again, if Dietrich doesn't stumble there, might be a larger gain, but kind of stumbled and slowed him up.
Yeah, the way it's going now with these, it's nice if you have the time for a methodical drive, but right now you need to get a chunk play. Man in motion this time, Brookman. They pitch it to him, and he's going to head up the middle. 35-40, there's a flag. Probably coming back, but he's down the sideline to the 40, 35-30, and finally brought down inside the 20. There's your chunk play, but there's a holding call, I'm guessing, coming back right near the line of scrimmage.
And Ed Dalton on the field, he is not happy. He is yelling at the officials right now, and he's just been asked to go back to his sidelines. Not happy at all with this call.
And it came from the umpire. And a hold, and that will erase an enormous gain.
And Guy Montecalvo not happy either. And look, the clock's still running. The clock was at 50-some seconds. Now it's at 38.
20 seconds just ran off the clock.
Yep, and I think they're trying to tell them.
Now they got a 52. Wow. Well, home field advantage, right? Senior night.
Oh, I smell skunk.
Something coming in from the window, yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to be
No, it's literally outside here somewhere. Wow, yeah. There's no mistaking that. No mistaking that smell.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Here we go. Carlisle drops the snap again, and this time I don't know who got it. Chartiers-Houston saying they've got it. That would be huge with 50 seconds remaining in the half. That's exactly what McGuffey did not want to happen. And it's one thing to try to hustle up and get a play. It's another thing to just give it over on a snap play. It's a second fumbled snap on this series, and this one goes to the Buccaneers at the 24-yard line of McGuffey.
I believe they have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yep.
Chartiers, so McGuffey's going to have to try to make a stand here. To say the McGuffey coaches are upset upstairs would already be an understatement.
Yes.
If that's what I hear up there.
Let's go. Gets the snap and fakes the handoff. He throws to the right side. It's going to be caught inside the 15. And that was Colton Craig going up to get it and holding on to it. And he's down near the 11-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Right in front of Logan Carlisle, and he really just used a basketball move. He just boxed him out. Carlisle couldn't get around him.
So,
and the clock's not running for some reason.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Oh, my, that's not going to matter.
That is going to move it even half the distance in. So McGuffey shooting themselves in the foot here right before halftime. They have a 7-0 lead and controlled the ball in the clock, but then gave it back, and now it's going to be – they got to mark out this penalty. Chartiers-Houston's ready to go, but this penalty is going to push it probably down to about the 6-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal instead of 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yeah, if it's roughing the passer, you're at the 11. It should be half the distance from the 11, which is the 5.5. There you go, 5.5. So 1st and goal, and the clock will run. So the clock should be running, and it's not running. Now it's running. That was a good 5 seconds.
Yep. Shotgun. 1st and goal. There's the handoff. Ireson to the right side. He's got a hole. He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
So the turnover comes back to haunt McGuffey.
Huge turnover.
So 7-6 with the extra point coming up. Looks like Anthony Romano will come on to try to tie the score. And Mel will be the holder, Jake Mel. Romano a sophomore, Mel a junior. Looks like Nathan Cavallo is a snapper for Chartiers. And we got flags.
We
whistles.
do. And kick was high and looked good, but we will probably be doing this over.
What do we got? Dead ball. Delay a game.
That's kind of an odd one to have to delay a game. I
Yeah.
mean, how long does it take to get their point after your team out there? But
And actually, it wasn't Cavallo snapping. It is Cole Pewich.
so this will be marked back to they'll be kicking from about the 8-yard line, which
That's odd. I mean, that's, yeah.
makes it a little longer attempt. And it's not that he doesn't have the leg for it, but now right or left comes a lot more into play with the angle.
Yep.
See it happen a lot in high school football. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick's long enough, and that kick is
wide
he missed
right.
it wide to the right, and so they did come into play, and so it is 7-6 for McGuffey on top here of the Buccaneers. We'll be right back here for the kickoff on McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Area Sports Shop on the Triple I High School Sports Network.
Parents, does your youngster want to be a quarterback and you don't know where to turn to help him or her out? Call Jason Van Kirk at Quarterback Swag. Jason provides private quarterback lessons for 3rd graders through the college athlete. Let Jason help your youngster out today. Call him at 724-678-8045. Quarterback Swag, a proud Highlander supporter.
Highlanders Nation lives here. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Heard that commercial from one of our sponsors, Jason Van Kirk at Quarterback Swag. He will be joining us next week for the Beth Center McGuffey Senior Night. Rusty and I are out. So it'll be Zach Waters. We'll have the call, play-by-play, with Jason Van Kirk making his broadcasting debut.
All right.
You're out, and I got senior night.
Yeah.
Can't believe it already.
I know. Time flies, huh?
Time flies.
All right, well, unless we get a huge return here, looks like we're going to be heading in with a 1-point game at halftime. We'll see. We've got Brookman and Johnson back deep for the Highlanders.
I think depending on how this return goes, if it doesn't go in your favor, you just down the ball.
Yeah.
And just let's go into half, because you don't want a mistake. We're missing a football. And
we do need one of those.
And I think Fetzko wants an explanation on the delay a game penalty.
Yeah, it's usually pretty easy. Clock says 0, and you haven't snapped the ball yet. So
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm starving, buddy.
No,
I know that's random. I missed dinner.
Well, that would be why.
Yeah.
You have to see if you can get some more food up here.
Well, the concession stand's like in Houston. I mean, it's far.
All right. Romano has it teed up. This is a low liner caught by the up man at the 30. 35, trying to get a block. He's got one. That's Dietrich. 45, trying to get around the corner at the 50. Going to be thrown down at the 49. So there's 21 seconds to go. Now you can take a shot at least.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Dietrich, that was a line drive, and it just caught him right up around the grill, but good job holding on to that. And he can run. Dietrich's had some great plays in the backfield this year, so he's not a bad man to catch that line drive.
Philip McCune in a quarterback.
All
right, now you're down it.
Yeah, now, well, it's going to be
not.
1st and 15, and the ball goes from the Chartiers-Houston 49 back to
here's
your
the
own
risk.
46.
If you throw a pass right now that's incomplete, you can't just down the ball because Chartiers has 2 timeouts left.
No, you still can. You
can,
could punt it.
but
I think you're fine.
You'd have to punt.
Yeah, but they don't have enough to run it all the way out. It's first down. I'd take at least one shot. We'll see. McEwen under center. 1st and 15 now. And in motion is Dietrich. Late handoff. Brookman. He's got a bit of a hole. Breaks outside the 50, 45, 40. And he's all the way across the 40 down the 37-yard line. It'll stop the clock briefly.
We got a flag.
And a flag, and this will be bringing it back. Another holding call. Well,
that's not going to make the Highlander faithful happy. I don't
No.
even see the flag out there, do you?
I do not. It must be the umpire again.
45 right by the umpire's foot.
Same official that threw the last one.
Yeah.
Seeing something there in the moment.
That's the one Fetzko was having a talk with. So.
Yeah. So now, we'll go all the way back to the
35.
35.
No, down it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So Brookman's had about
we got an injury.
almost 100 yards of.
We got an injured player down here, partner.
I don't think he's on the field. I think he's being stretched out, isn't he? Is he? Are they still? Okay. Now they are looking at his. That's Lane Camden. I guess he is. He's on the sideline, so that's what the delay is right now. We have 12 seconds still on the clock. No, it was a cramp. We saw him leave earlier. No, that's not Camden. No, that's not 19. That is, or not number 9. That is actually number 19, which is Justin Beakley. And he is helped off over to the trainer's table. All right, so now 1st and about 30 yards here. All right, back to pass is McEwen. And he's going to be throwing it to Brookman. Can he get some blockers? And time runs out. He'll be tackled for, I guess, no gain is the official call on that one. So we end the first half with McGuffey leading Chartiers-Houston by a score of 7-6. We'll be right back here for halftime on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by AR8 Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Life High School Sports Network.
Biggie's Pizza, located at 210 Main Street in Claysville, is proud to announce they've added a second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling, serving your favorite pizza, wings, calzones, strombolis, salads, and don't forget to ask them about their brand new Mini Biggie, Mini Boli, and the all-new apple pie pizza dessert. Delivery and carry-out options are available. Every day, a 1 large, 1-topping pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a 2-liter of pop is only $22.99. Stop in and see them, 210 Main Street in downtown Claysville, or their second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling. Biggie's Pizza, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars. Since 1931, Brookman Iron and Metals has offered the highest market prices for scrap metal, from iron to brass to vehicles. Looking to recycle? Their local family-owned company will take any recyclable metal off your hands. In addition, you have easy access to their clean location to recycle without a hassle. Don't let recyclable metal materials take up your much-needed space. Use a roll-off container from Brookman Iron and Metals to provide you with a convenient solution for your recycling needs. Brookman Iron and Metals, located at 4 Race Street in Washington, 724-222-4260.
Accidents are unfortunate events and often cause stress and disruption in your daily life. Relax. Let Lombardi Auto Body help you get through this process of getting your vehicle back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Open since 1984, Lombardi Auto Body is a family-run business that delivers the highest quality repairs with continued customer loyalty. Call Lombardi's first to schedule your free estimate. Lombardi Auto Body, 140 Highland Avenue in Washington, 724-222-3077.
All right, back here at Buccaneers Stadium, halftime, and McGuffey leads Chartiers-Houston 7-6. We knew it was going to be a tight game, and it certainly has been living up to that. Here's how we got there. No score in the first half, and then McGuffey went on a very long drive. This drive started back at their own 13-yard line, and they had a couple penalties that put them back there after a punt return. And so with that in mind, they headed forward and got a couple first downs. Were gifted a couple penalties by Chartiers-Houston as well. But the 87-yard drive was eventually capped off by a 5-yard run with Kyle Brookman. The extra point made it 7-0 with 5:56 to go in the first half. And then McGuffey looked to have an opportunity to possibly add to that lead. They had the ball late in the first half and then got backed up a little bit, fumbled a snap, gave it to Chartiers-Houston at the McGuffey 25, and they were able to punch it in with 30 seconds remaining, a 5-yard run by Jordan Ierson. They missed the extra point. They had their own issues there with the penalty, pre-snap penalty that backed them up a bit on the point after attempt. They missed the extra point wide to the right, so that's why we are at 7-6 here at the half.
Yeah, some stats for you in the game stats. Very defensively, McGuffey has run 29 plays for 101 yards, and Chartiers-Houston has run 17 plays for 58 yards. McGuffey has 84 yards rushing, Chartiers-Houston 45. Passing yards, McGuffey 9, Chartiers-Houston 13. Leading rusher for the Highlanders right now, Jeremiah Johnson, 5 carries for 44 yards. Eric Donnelly was hurt in that first half. Rusty did have a chance to talk to one of the assistant coaches. He did have 1 carry registered for 2 yards. I must have missed that one. I didn't see that one.
It was early on. It must have been very early on.
But the Highlanders leading 7-6. That's the number that counts the most. And I will say the assistant coaches for McGuffey not very happy. And they asked me if this was the first game of the year because of all the penalties they are committing. And over 100 yards in penalties. That's
tons of penalties, tons of big penalties, and a couple holding calls that have erased some huge runs by Kyle Brookman. So looking to clean that up in the second half. But before we get to the second half, we actually have the Week 7 halftime show from the Triple Live High School Sports Network with Mr. Don Rebel. So we'll hand that over to him, and then we'll be back here and we'll replay Jason's interview with Dr. Ed Dalton. That he took last week, and you get if you heard it last week, it was a good interview, but if not, you get another chance to hear it here with us here tonight. So we'll be right back here, and once again, 7-6 McGuffey, and I'll be right back here after the Triple Live High School halftime show.
Week 7 edition of the halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Our little halftime get-together every week, sponsored by SC Tire and Export Tire. Your local tire experts, they work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock installed today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SC Tire, Route 51, Bell Vernon. Export Tire, Old William Penn Highway and Export. Shop for tires online. Check out their Google reviews. Folks checking out various high school football games here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network here in Week 7. These games being played, it's all great, especially when the time we are living in these last 2 years. You just want to get to Friday and then kick off, and this year especially enjoy everything that goes with Friday night high school football. Hasn't been the case with what has been pretty steady, a handful of games every week. There have been a slew of forfeits, if you will, teams deciding whether it be because of COVID-19 or because of injuries that they cannot participate, cannot play in a particular game. WPIL made it clear earlier this year, if you don't have the numbers to play, it's going to be a no contest, no penalty. But all these games, most of these games, I think all except 2, have turned out to be forfeits, which means teams by rule could have fielded a team, have chosen not to. Is this something that is a concern, Chris, for the district moving forward, even once we get past this whole pandemic thing?
It definitely is something that the WPL has their eye on. I talked to Executive Director Amy Schoeneman about that, and I asked her that. I said, there's way more this year than I can remember from years past, and it's up and down the list here, and it's all the way from 6A to single A. We've had actual forfeits this year. And she chalked it up mostly to still COVID issues. She said she thinks that, there's already a lot of schools that have small rosters. We're seeing that's not, that's nothing new. There's a lot of single A schools have small rosters. She thinks the COVID element laid on top of that this year, where you have a team maybe has 5 kids out who are hurt, and then 5 more who are out because of COVID cases or close contact or whatever. And those numbers add up. And other years, it would have just been the injuries. You have the other kids you could play. And so they're thinking that they're hoping it's just an outlier, that 2021 and the number of forfeits is an outlier. I don't know if I'm convinced that all of them are, though, because I think we're seeing more and more small schools that are just struggling to come up with numbers. They just don't have many extra bodies on the roster to begin with. And I think there's some programs out there that are going to have to make some tough decisions in years moving forward.
In the case of Norwin, which is not a small school,
right,
they forfeited earlier this year. And it was a case, and I talked to another coach who said this too, and it makes sense. They lost, they had a lineman dealing with COVID, and so they had a bunch of linemen that were not able to play because of that. Now, they had enough players, but when you're missing linemen, it's hard to tell a running back or a wide receiver to, hey, you're going to be my offensive guard tonight. So that was a big reason, they got hit as far as various bodies were unable to play in a specific position. But the one common denominator, going by what you just said, is whether it's big school or whether it's small school, the one common denominator appears to be a school that is struggling on the field against a school that is doing very well, and the struggling school just, no moss, wants no part.
Right. And that's why you saw earlier this year, the PWA came down and tried to encourage all the districts to not make every cancellation a no contest. They said, make them forfeits if the team could have got on the field. If they had enough players to get on the field and chose not to, make it a forfeit. And that was it, because if you go back to a year ago, all of these games would have just been declared no contest. No harm, no foul, you move on. And the team that would have probably lost the game actually makes out by not having to play the good team. That was the thing the PWA said, they got to get that out of there this year. You can't have teams just ducking an opponent, using COVID as an easy excuse to get out of the way of a team that they know they're going to lose to.
We will talk more. This is sort of a hot button topic, and it'll be interesting to see how the district moves forward with this and other related topics. And we'll touch on some of them when the halftime show continues, sponsored by SE Tire and Export Tire on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Need new tires in a hurry? SE Tire has your size tire in stock. Install today. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at SE Tire. We do tires and we do them right. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at Export Tire. We do tires and we do them right. If it has wheels, we have the tires. Export Tire, your commercial tire headquarters.
We're talking forfeits on this edition of the halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Don Rebel, Chris Harlan. We were under the impression once the WPIL made their ruling about, what's a forfeit and what's a no contest earlier this year, that in the conference games that are not being played, that are considered forfeits, that the winning team, even though the score goes into the books as 1-0, would still get their 10 points for the WPIL tiebreaker, which, is big. That's not necessarily the case now, you're finding out.
Yeah, there's the WPIL has multiple layers of tiebreaker systems. I'm not going to try to explain them all on the radio. That's not easy to do. But one of them is margin of victory. So if you beat somebody 1-0 as opposed to 10-0, that makes a difference in that margin of victory. 10 points is the most you can get. So that could be an issue coming down the road. Also, in terms of no contests, if you have a no contest in a conference game, you get Gardner points, which are based on the teams that the team you beat, the teams they beat. You get points for that. It's all a complicated math formula that doesn't work very well when you have no contests and you've got forfeits. So the WPL has some issues that, they're going to have to figure out here, or they might have to figure out. They're going to try to hold off on making decisions on those, though, probably till, the last week of the regular season to try to figure out what decisions they have to make is, I think, what they're going to do. They're kind of hoping that, because there's only like one wild card spot this year. I think it's in 2A. Most of the classifications don't have any wild cards, so tiebreakers would really only be needed to figure out order of finish in a conference. So I think they're going to try to hope that, maybe they get to the end and they don't really need these. And if they don't, then great. But if they do, then they're probably going to have the football committee, kind of like they did last year. You might put it in their hands to sort out conference orders and other stuff. So that's a big dilemma they still have maybe on their plate.
Freeport lost their game to Derry. Derry struggling. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out for the Yellow Jackets. Real quick, we've seen teams, Butler, Uniontown, Albert Gallatin, leave the WPIL football only we're talking about and go play an independent schedule. And those schools have had some success. Does this open the door for this next 2-year cycle coming up for other teams to take that route? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you're a team that's struggling year after year after year, you got to do something different to try to find some spark. I think those teams, the ones you mentioned, I think they got to the point where they just didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. They just said, we're going to keep doing this. And if we keep losing, we might not have a football program in a few years. So I think, they took drastic actions. You might see a couple of schools maybe do that. I don't know if a lot will, because I don't think there's the big problem is there's not a lot of other teams outside to go play. It's not like a lot of, Western Pennsylvania schools is lining up to go play these guys. So I think that is a dilemma. I think one other thing you might see from smaller schools is maybe more and more co-ops where two schools join together and form one football team. But a lot of schools are reluctant to do that too, because then you kind of lose your tradition. You lose your Friday night. You lose, having the home game at your stadium. It's just there's a lot of logistics there that go into it. So you're going to see teams, I think, try to hold on as long as they possibly can. We'll keep you updated on everything. SC Tire and Export Tire brings you the halftime show right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Welcome to the halftime show here on the McGuffey Sports Network. Coach, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to put a doctor hat on you. I know you like to call everybody doctor. Right.
My 7 years of undergraduate education leads me to that.
There you go. Yeah, they're usually called doctors when you're in school for 7 or 8 years, right? But we're going to ask you a series of questions about your coaching and kind of fire away. Does that sound good?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Feel free to explain any
Very
answer.
excited.
Yep. First off, everybody always wants to know how old you are, and I jokingly say he's older than 40, younger than 70. So without revealing your age, I would like to ask you, though, what was your first coaching job and in what capacity?
My first I was an assistant area prep in 1980. So you guys can do math from there.
I'm not doing math on the run.
All right.
What other sports on the high school level have you been a head coach for?
I've been a head basketball coach at the varsity level at Purchase Line High School for 5 years.
And what was your first head football coaching job?
Purchase Line High School in 1988.
Beautiful Purchase Line.
Beautiful
Red Dragons?
Purchase Line. Red Dragons in
Red
the
Dragons.
NPA. Great memories there. Great people there.
Speaking of great memories, your entire head football coaching job on the high school level, what was your most memorable victory?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think each place had maybe one most memorable, but the one that might have had the most prominence was in 1997 when I was at Altoona. We had a great team. We defeated at that time the number 4 team in the nation, Cincinnati Moeller at Altoona. And that was a huge victory in front of like 10,000 people.
Cincinnati Moeller.
Yeah, Cincinnati Moeller. Anthony Munoz was the line coach, and Michael Munoz, his son, who was a good college player too, was one of the linemen. So it was quite a win. It was a pretty big deal.
Anthony Munoz, wasn't he the one that
the
had
Bengal?
that gruesome injury in the Super Bowl?
No, that's not him. He's the Hall of Fame, probably top decade, all half-century offensive lineman from the Bengals.
That sounds pretty exciting with that victory. On the same token, what's your most disappointing loss over your years?
Southmoreland this year.
Every loss.
Every loss. I don't know if I have a more disappointing one. I feel like, especially since I'm older, that the wins aren't as much fun and the losses just destroy me. So I'm going to stick with Southmoreland this year.
Southmoreland, fair enough. What team outplayed your expectations for an entire season? You went into the season, didn't think you'd do as good as you did at the end of the year.
Well, at this school, probably Clutter's senior year, that team was, we were pretty good. And I'm not sure we expected ourselves to be that good. I mean, he obviously had an unbelievable season, but all the parts really got better that year. There was a team at Purchase Line that won their last 5 games one year, then went undefeated and, went to the went to the Western Finals. That was a really good team. I mean, I think everywhere there's, it's this game. What I think changes this sport more than anything sometimes now, especially now, are injuries, because there's not often we get to a medical professional that our kid ever comes back the next day. Like before we had, now I'm not saying it's right or wrong, before we had medical professionals everywhere, and I'm not talking about our trainer, you would have a chance that the kid would come back and play that got hurt. Now it's almost always a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know, I mean, they never come back, and that's just. But it's everybody. It's not just our team.
Most talented player you ever coached?
Oof, I don't know if I can name one. Andrew Sweat in his position, like he could read Braille. Like he could go the wrong way and get back the right way before the other guy could go the right way. So he was really good. I mean, I've had a lot of them. This Overdorf kid at a small school was unbelievable. Clutter was unbelievable here. Patrick Fry was unbelievable. He started as a freshman at Trinity, and the only other freshman ever to start was Andrew. So, on the high school level, those guys are really good. There's just a lot of them.
Most talented player you ever coached against?
Wow, I'm going to say Sean Lee.
Upper St. Clair?
Yeah, I'm going to say Sean Lee. So we watched his game against Ringgold, the game before us, and I'm telling you, he made 16 tackles in a row. Like, he tackled dives, traps, sweeps, passes, everything. And then in our game, we thought we formationed St. Clair into a problem. We went 2 verts. He was in the middle. There was no way he could cover either vert. We threw a great ball, and he had a pick 6. He was unbelievable. And then, and he was such a good kid too. He was such a gentleman and a really good kid. He was really good. So I'm going to say Sean Lee. Final answer.
Final answer and final question for you, Dr. Dalton.
All right.
If you had a Mount Rushmore of coaches, what 4 high school coaches would you put up there in the PIAA?
Wow. So my mentor, his name was Minna George at Erie Prep, and he taught me to love football and that nothing else should be in your way there. And sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, but without a doubt, he is on my Mount Rushmore of coaches. So from there, wow, that's a really, really good question. There are guys everywhere that I think have influenced my career. So I'm going to go above the high school level, and I'm going to say that Lou Holtz, Joe Moore, who was a Lou Holtz assistant at the end but began at Pitt. Joe Moore in his line play, and Lou Holtz just overall attitude and all those kind of things. And then probably half my career we've been a veer option team, so I've really been like a Paul Johnson guy. So those guys are really good, but there's a lot of really good coaches. Today's world, the coaching's way better because there's no secrets out there anymore. You can go on YouTube and learn anything you want. And when I first started coaching, I think you had to work a little harder to learn it. Now you just got to sit in your living room and go do some research, and you can know what anybody else knows in an hour. Yep. So this is kind of fun. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Dalton. And you've been listening to the McGuffey Sports Network. Back to Rusty Pett and Zach Waters right after this break.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit ARH Sports Shop. ARH Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Cold weather wreaks havoc on your vehicles. Dead batteries, flat tires, or simply locked out. Call McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. McAdoo's offers roadside services including fuel delivery, lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour towing, recovering, and hauling services for vehicles of loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes. A family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call a family you can trust? 724-484-7300. McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. Their business is picking up.
Well, the assistant coaches, who are usually pretty open with me, are kind of tight-lipped.
Yeah, well,
I don't think they're happy.
No, that was a first half that obviously you're happy that you have the lead going to halftime, but you're not happy about what happened right at the end with regards to turning the ball over. And Chartiers-Houston wouldn't have scored that half had it not been for that late fumbled snap. And then there's just so many penalties that kind of add on top of that. So those two things, I think, alone, the penalties plus the late turnover, probably had the coaching staff, gave them a lot to talk about in the locker room. And now the teams are back out on the field, warming up. McGuffey down to our right. And then, of course, Chartiers-Houston down here a bit to our left here at Buccaneer Stadium.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of adjustments you can make because there's a lot of adjustments you can make, I guess. I mean, I don't know where to start.
The easiest thing is the pre-snap penalties are the easiest things to fix. You
got holding penalties.
The holding penalties, yeah, that's tough because
you can call it on any play.
You can, and some games you see it called on every play, some like today, and some you see it just, they let them play, and that's tough because – but the pre-snap stuff is very much in your control. So we'll see, and obviously turning the ball over, that's something you have to clean up. Couple halftime scores or I guess other scores because they may not be at the half, but Moon's having a heck of a year this year. They're up on Upper St. Clair right now, 14-10.
Oh, I'm not your fan right now.
Why is that?
I'm taping that at home.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
was taping Upper St. Clair Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was taping it. It was on tonight.
All right. Well, there you go. Now you can skip the first half.
You just ruined the whole night, buddy.
Either that or I saved you some time.
I guess.
You'll get that
fast forward. Yeah.
Central Valley's up big on Ambridge, 37-0. Let me know if you're taping any others.
No. Wash Eyes up on Charleroi, 42-0. We were talking. That used to be competitive.
It used to be. Latrobe doubling up. Who are they playing? The Panthers. Is that Franklin Regional?
Yep.
Yeah, Franklin Regional. They're up 40-20 on them.
I'm getting yelled at.
Pine Richland, I must be trailing. They are. North Hills is leading Pine Richland 13-7. Who are you getting yelled at by?
Took the umbrella out of her car.
Oh yeah,
and it's raining here.
That would do it. Yeah, and here you are in a nice dry press box.
I might not go home to watch that Upper St. Clair game.
Yeah, maybe. You'll be looking for some other lodging.
Recruiting trip.
Yeah, there you go.
Recruiting trip.
Belle Verne is up on Trinity 35-0.
Wow. Trinity ventured out last week out of Whitfield up to my neck of the woods.
Towards DuBois.
Yeah, they played Clearfield last week.
Okay.
Up in Clearfield.
Yeah.
Clearfield won, I think, 35-0 and a third straight shutout by the Bisons of Clearfield.
Bethel Park's up 21-0 over Peters Township. That's a big one. Peters Township had been rolling right along.
Bethel Park's got a good team this year.
They do. Penn Trafford's up 45-0.
I think we're going to get the kickoff, partner.
We are. And
I hope you enjoyed the Dr. Dalton interview. I don't think we'll run it next week. But
it's 2 weeks enough. Yeah. All right, so McGuffey received the opening kickoff. They will be kicking off here to start the second half. Ethan Dietrich has it teed up on the 40. He'll be kicking off from right to left, back deep for, and we get number 34. That's Colton Craig. Jordan Ireson is on the far side of the field. Both of them line up around the 12-yard line.
What number is Jordan Ireson?
He's 24.
Okay, I got it.
Oh.
Nope. From Claysville.
All right. And there's a kick that's heading towards the out-of-bounds line, and it did finally roll out of bounds around the 15. So Chartiers-Houston will take over at the 35-yard line after they mark off the penalty.
Trying to find an ID there. Sorry,
yeah.
buddy.
Looks like somebody found a wallet.
The Claysville address.
Yeah.
I think we found the owner of it.
All right. Well, that's good.
Good. Wasn't mine. We got a penalty already?
The kick went out of bounds.
Oh,
so ball when we marked the 35-yard line.
Won't make the coaches happy.
It will not. We just talked about wanting to clean up the penalty.
One of the things that was said, is this the first game of the year? Because usually you see a lot of penalties first game of the year.
And we did that game. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun here for Terry Fetzko. We have 3 wide receivers split wide to the left side. 1st and 10, Buccaneers. Man in motion comes close to us. That is, man, they hand off to Ireson up the middle. He's across the 40. And a nice run on first down. Going to gain 7 or 8. Yeah, off the right side. And he gets out to the 43-yard line. That is a pickup of 8. Brings up 2nd down.
What do we got already? We got the stop. The clock stopped for some reason.
Sideline warning on Chartiers. Oh, no, on McGuffey.
Yep. Right. Well, that didn't last long. So we got a penalty on the first play, a warning on the second play. Yep.
McGuffey,
We're not
so.
starting off very well there,
They're
partner.
not. No.
Ethan Dietrich on that tackle. Ethan Dietrich was unblocked, but the angle that he was coming in on, no fault of his own, he has outside contain. He had to trail that play before he caught up with the running back that time.
Oh, we got a little visitor here in the booth. Moth landing on our
Go
equipment.
find that skunk from earlier.
All right, second and short. Shotgun. Iverson up the middle again. Gets hit after he gets across line of scrimmage. He's going to have the first down, a gain of 3 out to the 46-yard line. So the Buccaneers move the sticks on their opening series of the second half.
Tyler Wright on the tackle for the Highlanders.
Yeah, I started talking about Logan Smith missing that Lindsley game. He had really starting to come on the week before as well. And we had a timeout, don't we? And Coach Ed Dalton taking his first time out of the second half. So we'll take it with him. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Area Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network. He went down to a knee. He should be down. I did not hear a whistle, but he went down to his knee to pick it up at the 40. So that's where the ball will be marked.
And that
Loss
could
of
be
6.
weather related, possibly.
Yeah.
I was telling you, Rusty, off the air, that my last year that I was a full-time assistant coach here with Coach Dalton, we played at Chartiers-Houston during that year. It was like a monsoon the entire game. There were puddles on the field, if you remember if you did that game or not.
I did not, actually.
It was bad. It was, yeah.
All right, first and
bad.
16. Let's go gets a snap. This time hands it right off, and it's going to be over the right side to Cavallo. He's going to gain a few. He gets about 4, it looks like, out to the 44-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 12.
Tackled by Ethan Dietrich and Denny Mader, our buddy here, running the play clock. He remembers that game. He said it was raining sideways. That was the game I volunteered to go coach in the booth, and I was told no. So I was soaked. Everybody was soaked. Big play, Rusty, early.
Yeah, big test for the defense here. They could really use a big stop. 3rd and 12. Fitzko in the shotgun.
Single
Gets a snap.
coverage.
Looking right, throws right. He's got a man deep. He's open. He's got a step. The ball is knocked away again at the last minute. This time again by Logan Carlisle. Second pass breakup for the freshman tonight, and that is a big one that will create 4th down and
series at QB, and that's Philip McCune coming in.
All right, McEwen will be taking the snaps here. We got to be able to move the ball early in the half, but they had some penalty issues late, so we'll see if they can correct those mistakes. And in motion is Brookman. They pitch it to him. Wants to head up the middle. Now tries to break outside. Trying to stretch forward, and he might have gotten a yard out to the 23-yard line.
Mel with the tackle. He did a great job. He got off of the block of Jeremiah Johnson very quickly and got to Brookman. Looks like a gain of 1, so 2nd and 9 for the Highlanders. Must be raining a little harder. I see people.
Yeah. People getting out the more umbrellas and rain jackets.
Well, you parked a long way away, didn't you?
I did. Might have you give me a ride. We'll see.
$5.
All right. That sounds good. All right. 2nd and 9. McEwen under center. Dietrich in motion to the right side. Up the middle to the fullback, Jeremiah Johnson, and
he fumbled?
No, he jumped out of the pile. Yeah, he was
like
stopped.
He was jumping on the ball.
No, he was stopped right at the 25, and he kind of lunged around the right side of the pile for an extra yard. So that will bring up
injured Buccaneer.
We do, and that I think
Lane Camden.
That's Lane Camden. Second time he's been down today. 3rd down and 6 when we return. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air H Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlander fans, let's face it, nobody enjoys when their vehicle needs service work. So let the trusted professionals at Route 40 Auto ease your worries. It's quality service and diagnostics with a hometown feel, offering brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, engine repair, transmission repair, suspension repair, and regular maintenance for your vehicle. Maybe it's as simple as an oil change or as pesky as a state and emission test. Call Route 40 Auto at 724-484-7963 or stop in at 150 Route 40 West in West Alexander.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit The Back Lot, located at 840 Race Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
Back here at Buccaneers Stadium, they are helping Lane Camden off the field, favoring looks to be the right leg. Actually, it might be. I can't really tell. They were stretching him out. I thought it was maybe just a cramp type thing, but he's getting a lot of assistance.
Looks
to come
like
to
the
sideline.
ankle.
Yeah.
I think they were working on his ankle.
All right. Well, it is third down and a long 6 here for the Highlanders on their own 26. Man in motion's Dietrich. They pitch it to him. Late reverse. Brookman trying this side. He's going to make a move and stretches forward across the 30, but the nice open field tackle there is going to keep him from the first down. That was Ireson getting a leg, and that'll bring him up a couple yards short. McGuffey will send the punt team out.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been able to get to the sticks. Just needed one block and couldn't get it. A good effort by Brookman, and 4th and 2. I don't know if we'll see a fake this time.
I don't think you will from inside your right at your own 30, but
never know.
Stranger things have happened. Mel is back deep to receive this punt. Jeremiah Johnson doing the honors. 7:40 to go here in the third quarter. 7-6 McGuffey. Snap, high one again, and having trouble with this Johnson. Now he's going to try to run, but he's going to be tackled back inside his 20. It looked like he had a chance to try to punt it, but instead just tried the right side, and he's going to be dropped back at the 19, and that is where Chartiers-Houston takes over again. Their second possession starting deep in McGuffey territory. That's how they scored after a turnover in the first half, and here we go again.
Yeah, and it looked like he just maybe panicked a little bit with that high snap. He fumbled it, and I think you're correct, Rusty. I think he had time, and when he looks at it on film tomorrow, I think he's going to realize he still had time to punt it.
Yeah, the snaps have been high to him on these punts, but that one just slipped right through his hands, and we mentioned the rain is coming down now. So good opportunity here for Chartiers-Houston. They're at the 20. They hand off, and that is going to be tackled for a loss in the backfield. Cavallo had nowhere to go.
Philip McCune came in off of the edge, untouched, and shuts that play down. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards. So 2nd and 12.
Yeah, ball resting at the 22 now. See if Chartiers-Houston decides to go to the air. They've been fairly successful tonight. A couple of these pass plays, they got themselves down into a 1st and goal situation on that last drive with one. Colton Craig splits wide to the right side. There's 2 wide receivers split to the left. Shotgun here for Fetzko. Chap, he's rolling right, looking right, wants to throw, and he does. He's got a man that's caught inside the 10. First down by Craig, and he's going to be brought out of bounds near the 6-yard line. He was wide open. He went down and came back to his quarterback when he saw him rolling out, and all kinds of room. And that's a big gain. Set up the Buccaneers with 1st and goal to 6.
Well, I'd like to comment on it, but I didn't see it. I had an umbrella in my way.
All right. Yeah, the defender down there was Morgan Schreiber trying to cover him, but it was a lot of time to try to stay with him. So 1st and goal, Buccaneers. Ball actually where they put it. Maybe it's at this 8-yard line. Here we go. Running off the right side and slipping was Cavallo. I thought his knee went down, but they're going to say he stayed on his feet and got to the 6. So
Morgan Schreiber had a shot at him, but he fell off of him. And he was finally brought down by 61, Henry Hess.
If you're McGuffey, this would be a great time to get your first turnover of the day.
Oh, yeah. Mass substitution for Chartiers-Houston.
2nd down and goal. They are keeping the ball under a towel, and they rest it right at the 5.5-yard line now. Shotgun with the 3 running backs lined up to the right and beside, and here's Fetzko handing off to the tailback. It's Ireson, and he dives forward. He's down close to the goal line, but he's going to be a bit short. They'll call it 3rd and goal from around the 1.5-yard line.
It'd be interesting here if McGuffey can get a stop if you're Chartiers-Houston. If you try a field goal or if you just try to go for the touchdown.
McGuffey's going to need to get some penetration here on the offensive line. That was way too much space there for Ireson to head up the middle. 3rd down and goal. Ball resting at the 1. Fetzko in the shotgun again. Ireson at the top of the eye. Give it to the right side, and he is at the goal line. I believe he made it in. He did. With 5:17 on the clock, the Buccaneers take their first lead of the game. Scores 12-7, Chartiers-Houston.
Well, Chartiers will see if they'll go for 2 now or try to kick the extra point, and we get a late flag.
These have been on McGuffey all night tonight, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, nope. It's going to be on Chartiers-Houston, and I think it's on Fetzko. They're going to give a sideline warning.
Well, that's their second. No, that's their first. Sorry. That's
I
their
think it's
first.
because half the sideline went down to celebrate. Yeah. Getting word that should have been a penalty, not a warning. They were outside of the team area.
Looks like they are going to kick the point after. There's a snap, and a lot of men in there. That kick gets off, and that kick is good.
Looked like it went right through the defender's hands.
With 5:14 to go in the third quarter, Chartiers-Houston now leads McGuffey 13-7. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air 8 Sports Shop on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Napa Auto Parts, conveniently located at 323 Main Street in Claysville, is your hometown auto parts store. Stocking auto parts, tools, equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Napa continues to serve auto service professionals, do-it-yourselfers, and everyday drivers with quality parts and supplies to keep cars, trucks, and equipment performing safely and efficiently. With a reputation for quality parts, rapid availability, and knowledgeable people, you can rely on Napa for all your transportation needs. Napa Auto Parts in Claysville, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., and open Saturday, 6 to 3.
Getting back to that sideline warning, it's either a penalty or it's not a penalty.
Yeah.
Sideline warning is when the official will think you're getting too close during a play and you trip. That's either a penalty or it's not a penalty.
Yeah, because he was way down there.
Yeah.
In the field.
So, I mean, that should have been 15 yards on the extra point.
Well,
5
yeah.
yards. Okay, 5 yards.
Yeah, and either way, that we saw that 5 yards came into play. They missed the first extra point when they got backed up on a false start or the delay of game. So, either way, they'll be kicking off here from the 40. It'll be Romano doing it again. And back deep, we've got Johnson, and I believe that's Brookman again here on the near side.
Well, McGuffey jumped out to a 7-0 lead. They turned the ball over deep in their own territory. Chartiers-Houston capitalized, and now a bad snap on a punt. And Chartiers-Houston capitalizes again.
Johnson has it at the 11, 15, 20. Up the middle to the 25, 30. Still on his feet, 35. Oh, and he gets tackled from behind across the 40-yard line. Yeah, otherwise he had a lot of open space. That was number 82, which is Emmanuel Nungia. And this clock has just been running. They're not stopping it on time. Somebody has a date tonight, I guess, to get home after this game.
It looked like the referee was going to come over and have the coaches call up and say what the clock should be. And I think they are. McGuffey's ready to run a play.
Sideline warning again?
No, they're going to try to get the clock situated. So they're going to call up and try to get the clock right. That's what I would assume. It says 5:03, right? Yep. All right.
All right. Yeah.
So one of the play clocks is not working, so they want to turn it off. That makes Denny's job easier.
Yeah. All right. Well, the nice return by Johnson set up McGuffey at the 43-yard line. So when we do get the snap here,
I'm just not going to run it.
play clock will be run from the field now. Carlisle is under center. Fakes the pitch, looking downfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Dietrich. It's going to be, he slid down and tried to make the catch.
Underthrown.
But,
yep.
Yeah, he had a step down the seam, and that will bring up 2nd down and 10 off the incompletion.
Mentioned that at the beginning of the game. There were no safety. So coaches did see that and tried to go right down the middle on a post pattern and just slightly underthrown to Dietrich. Dietrich made a nice attempt, though.
He did. Went down there. That was down near the 35 or 30-yard line of the Buccaneers. So 2nd down and 10 coming up from their own 43. One of the right side's Tristan McAdoo. Left side is
still no safety.
Yeah, everybody's up in the box.
Run it again.
Carlisle throws the right side. McAdoo has it. Guy tries to get around a man but can't at the 50, but that is a nice gain out to midfield. It'll be a pickup of 7, where it'll be 3rd down and 3.
So a big 3rd down here for the Highlanders. They need to answer the Chartiers-Houston score. Boy, if McAdoo's able to break that tackle, there's nobody else.
Yeah, and he's a big guy. He almost shook it off, but
and that's a risk you run if you run to a safety. Now they do have a safety. Looks like
third down and 3. They need to get to the Chartiers-Houston 47. Man in motion is Dietrich. Back to pass. No, late handoff here. No, and it's going to be a loss of a couple.
That play hasn't worked all night.
It has not. That was Brookman up the middle. He's going to lose about 1.5 yards and bring up 4th down. Now what do you do?
Well, I see that Chartiers-Houston looked like Lane Camden was in on the stop,
punt.
and he's still hurting.
They're going to punt. And it's 4th down and 4.
Well, they're going to lean on their defense. 3:44 left here in the third quarter, trailing by 6.
Well, the only time Chartiers-Houston scored when they got the ball inside the 25. There's a snap to Johnson. Gets off not a very good punt. Going to hopefully take a McGuffey bounce, but it bounces out and around the 30-yard line. That's maybe a 20-yard punt. This one off his foot weird, but you would have liked to got a little bit more.
Yep, 23-yard punt. Is that a mosquito?
I believe it is. I'm trying to knock him down. Jerk. Did I get him? I
Yep,
did.
you got him. Good shot, buddy.
Thanks. Last thing I need is to get bit by a mosquito in here. We already have a skunk nearby. Yeah. All right. First down and 10 at their own 29-yard line where the punt went out of bounds. Chartiers-Houston takes over, leading 13-7.
Well, McGuffey needs to stop here.
All right, waiting back is Fetzko. Tries a hard count, now sends a man in motion. Gets it. Late handoff to the tailback. Ierson up the middle across the 30 and stretches forward near the 34-yard line. That's a pickup of around 5. So he's getting big holes from his offensive line up the middle. And
looks like the defensive line's just getting washed into the backfield and past the play. They're getting too deep, it seems.
It's that delayed handoff has been effective tonight for the Buccaneers. 2nd down and 5 coming up. Snap. Now the other side. Cavallo, he's going to try to get outside. Now he does. He's got first down yardage across the 40. See where they mark him out of bounds.
And McGuffey had him in the backfield, just did not make the tackle. 2 Highlander defenders. One had him behind the line of scrimmage, one had him near the line of scrimmage. Not able to bring him down. First down, Chartiers-Houston at their own 39-yard line.
Just enough to move the sticks. Let's go. Waits the shotgun snap again. Ierson with the handoff. He's got a hole on the right side. Huge hole. And Brookman comes up and tackles him from behind. And he gets another gain of 5 though on first down.
Looks like we have an injury timeout. We'll take one with them.
All right, we will. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network. Powered by Area 8 Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Since 1988, Tri-State Designs has provided customers with the highest quality awards for all occasions. Conveniently located on Main Street in Claysville, Tri-State Designs features a full showroom with many examples of the various awards they offer. Trophies, plaques, ribbons, engravings, or maybe you need a custom order. No problem. Stop in or give them a call at 724-663-5346. Tri-State Designs, a trusted award shop and proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
All right, back here at Buccaneers Stadium, the injured player for Chartiers-Houston was Anthony Capozzoli. He is leaving on his own power.
Looked like a cramp.
2nd down and 4 now after the 6-yard gain by Ierson. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. Chartiers-Houston leads McGuffey 13-7. McGuffey needing a stop here on
it's
defense.
It's the same play. It's just a
like
read
a
option.
little draw play to the right side.
Just a read option and going through the same hole over the right tackle. We're just not doing a good job of getting penetration and getting the stop.
It's a snap. They give it to him again. Same thing. Right side hole. First down to the 50. And he's going to be brought down from behind at the McGuffey 47-yard line by Brookman.
Yep, tackled by Brookman in the McGuffey territory at the 47. 2:10 left in the third quarter. Looks like a little slow getting up is Colton Craig after that. He'll stay in the game, however.
First down and 10, and the umpires keeping the ball under the towel until the very last second just to keep it dry for the offense. The rain is coming down here in Houston, PA. Let's go in the shotgun again. Two tailbacks back there with him. And he's going to fake it and give it to the second one who's hit. That's Cavallo, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Not as much success with Cavallo as they have with Ierson. They seem to be blocking better for him over this right side, but that'll bring up second down 10.
Tyler Wright on the tackle for the Highlanders. And Chartiers-Houston looked a little discombobulated there before the snap, like a little confused in the backfield. Slow getting the play in here are the Buccaneers.
Yeah, once again, with the play clock not operating correctly at the stadium, so they're keeping it on the field. You'd imagine this one's, they're still in the huddle. This would be.
We got 5,
pushing a little further.
4, 3, and they got it
snap.
off.
Looking left and throwing, we have a whistle and a flag on the line of scrimmage. False start on Chartiers-Houston. And that will back it up 5 yards and make it 2nd and 15. The penalties have been largely going against McGuffey tonight, a couple big ones. They had not only the 15-yarders, but they had a couple really long runs by Kyle Brookman called back on holding penalties late in that first half. So this one here goes against Chartiers-Houston. They'll put it back inside the Buccaneer territory at around the 48-yard line.
And second down, clock running, under a minute remaining, third quarter.
Let's go, waits the shotgun snap. And he's going to be blitzed, and he gets rid of the ball, but it's going to be incomplete. A lot of pressure on that play there from Shriver coming up on the linebacker blitz, and that one fell short of his intended receiver, so it'll bring up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, Shriver came untouched on a blitz, forced Vetsko to throw it quickly, and Chartiers-Houston now with a 3rd and 15 play.
Craig really is limping a little bit. He's coming off the sideline. He's been their best receiver tonight, but and they're going to actually, they're going to have him come off. Beakley comes in. He was actually shaken up early too. Beakley back on the field now. All right, so 3rd and long, 3rd and 15.
I think Vetsko wanted Craig in because he does not look happy.
There he is looking down the field. He's got a man. He throws it way up in the air. It's kind of like a punt. It's going to be Logan Carlisle who intercepts it inside the 30-yard line. Yep. Logan Carlisle is just like a punt. He is their punt returner. He just got under it, fielded it, and was tackled right after that. But McGuffey gets their first turnover of the day, and it comes with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Well, Beakley for Chartiers-Houston is visibly upset about something, just yelling at the sidelines. And I'm not sure what he's upset about, but
that was just kind of a wounded duck pass that went up in the air, and there was a ton of defenders around there. All right, 1st down and 10. We got McEwen back out there under center for this series. Gets a snap and wants to go around the right side, still on his feet after spinning around at the 30 and pushes forward out to about the 33-yard line. That is a pickup of 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4. And that is probably the last play of the third quarter. All right, that will do it. After 3, Chartiers-Houston leads McGuffey 13-7. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
Parents, does your youngster want to be a quarterback and you don't know where to turn to help him or her out? Call Jason Van Kirk at Quarterback Swag. Jason provides private quarterback lessons for third graders through the college athlete. Let Jason help your youngster out today. Call him at 724-678-8045. Quarterback Swag, a proud Highlander supporter.
Highlanders Nation lives here. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Welcome back to Buccaneers Stadium. Chartiers-Houston leading McGuffey 13-7 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 to go here for the Highlanders. They are at their own 33-yard line.
I think we got the play clocks working again.
I think they did, yeah. So
yep,
it seems to be running. We are, yeah, that one, of course, the goalpost kind of blocks our view, but we're about 17 seconds here as they go up to the center. There's Brookman in motion. And keeping it is McEwen, and he is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. 3rd down coming up. He had the option to hand it off to the fullback, and then if he was going to pitch it, he was going to have to do it earlier than that, Jason.
Yeah, he really did, and it's a quick decision you got to make there. And when you're the fullback, you don't know if you're actually getting the ball, so you got to treat it like you're getting the ball every single time, and that takes a lot of practice with the quarterback and the running back on the mesh point is how Ed always describes it. And that time, McEwen decided to keep it.
McGuffey needs to get to the 37-yard line for a 1st down. McEwen under center. Gets a snap, back to pass, has a man open. It's caught by Chipolletti at the 35, and he stretches forward. We'll see where they spot it.
I think he's a yard short.
He needed to get to the 37 or just past it, so I think you're correct. He's going to be about a half yard short.
And we should mention, we did find out at halftime Eric Donnelly was injured during that first half and has not returned yet. That's a big loss defensively for the Highlanders.
4th and about less than a yard here.
Well, you can try to draw them off sides, but McGuffey's prone to take those penalties themselves, so you can't move if you're McGuffey. You have a quarterback that, likes to run the ball. It could be a quarterback sneak, but you got a full yard, though.
Who's fullback here? Is that Droboy?
That's Droboy.
And emotions Brookman. They pitch it to him. 1st down across the 30, and he's up to the 35
cut.
to the 40-yard line. So, he planted that foot and headed right upfield. And Brookman there wasted no time moving the sticks.
Yeah, that was a nice cut by Brookman because there were several Buccaneer defenders in the backfield, and he made the quick decision to make a quick cut and get upfield, which he needed to, and he picks up the 1st down for McGuffey.
Clock winding down, just over 10 to go. Janovich goes wide to the left side, Chipolletti to the right. There's McEwen back to pass, throwing to the left. Got his man Janovich, and he tries to get away from the tackler at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be dropped. That's no gain on the play, maybe a yard with forward progress. But Janovich had to come back for that ball, and by the time he did, it gave the defenders time to swarm him under and get the tackle.
Yeah, that's a long pass to make as a quarterback from one hash all the way over. It takes time to develop, and by the time Janovich caught it, it gave the defender that same amount of time to close the distance and make the tackle.
2nd down and 9. Clock under 10, down to 9:23 already. And fumbling the snap is McEwen. Now he's going to throw down the field. He's going to throw an interception, the 45, 50, 45, and tackled from behind by Janovich as they cross the 35-yard line. Chartiers-Houston gets a big interception. That was one that McEwen should have just kind of fallen on, but we have a late flag coming over from the far side, and this might even add to the damage depending on what the flag is.
Something happened after the play, and
ball is going to be marked at the 32.
You're correct, though, and didn't get the snap cleanly, and then he just kind of picked the ball up and threw it to an area, and he did have a receiver beyond the defense, but it was a severely underthrown ball. So McGuffey gets the interception, and they give it back to Chartiers-Houston.
And we still haven't gotten there's a dead ball, personal foul. on McGuffey. So that will bring it. They were going to be at the 31 or 32-yard line. This is going to be a huge penalty. It's going to put them inside the red zone. So just these, I think it's safe to say, stupid penalties.
Yep.
These ones, because they're after the play. You let your emotions get the best of you, and it's something you just can't do. Between the pre-snap penalties and these ones, there's no excuse.
No, there's not. Now Chartiers-Houston has it 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They're going to hurry to the line. They're going to go heavy on the right side with the line of scrimmage. There's a snap. It's fumbled. It's on the ground. Nobody. Oh, wow. McGuffey ran past it. Chipoletti was in there, but he dove past the ball. It's going to be a loss in the play back to about the 23, loss of 4 or 5 yards. But, man, McGuffey had all kinds of time to fall on that ball, and it just laid there.
I just question the decision. I mean, you've been pretty successful on offense, what you have been doing, and then you change everything up and try to hurry. And that's what happens when you hurry. You make mistakes.
Man, that was such a golden opportunity, and I don't know if the guys didn't see the ball land on the carpet, but they had a couple guys with a shot at it.
Loss of 4.
So it'll be at the 22 now. 2nd and 14. McGuffey shows blitz. And in motion to the near side. There's a snap. Here's the handoff to the tailback. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. That time Janovich came in and dropped Iverson for no gain. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Janovich coming up from his corner position to make that tackle. McGuffey maybe has a chance to redeem themselves here if they can stop Chartiers-Houston and force a turnover. Boy, now you got to start thinking if you're Chartiers-Houston, what's the range for Anthony Romano, your kicker?
He's got a leg. We've seen that.
Because 3 points would be huge here. It makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah. All right, 3rd and 14. We'll see what happens here. Shotgun for Fetzko. Everybody in tight except for one wide out to the right. Here's the handoff again. And this time the tailback trying to get around the left side, and Cavallo is going to be brought down. Maybe a gain of 1 up to the 21, but that is all.
Philip McCune on the tackle.
So that will bring up 4th and 13.
And they are going to try a field goal, it looks like. Romano is out there. This would be huge, Rusty.
This will be from the left hash.
2-score game.
With 7:09 and counting here.
So if you're McGuffey, you go for the block, but you got to stay off the kicker.
Yep. And you don't want to jump offside and give him 5 yards closer.
So it's a 38-yard attempt.
He's 1 for 2 on his extra points tonight.
From the near hash.
38-yard field goal attempt here by Romano.
Snapper is Cole Paywich. Excuse me.
There's a snap. It's bobbled, and it's blocked. And the ball is going to be scooped up by Chartiers-Houston, but that doesn't matter because McGuffey takes over at around the 27 or 28-yard line.
Tackled by Ethan Janovich.
So a big stop there. The McGuffey defense comes up strong. They gave, after the turnover and the penalty, Chartiers-Houston got the ball inside the 20. The defense actually pushed them back a few yards, and then getting the blocked field goal kind of helps their offense out in a very big way. 6:36 to go here in the game.
Logan Carlisle will come in and quarterback this series.
All right, then there was a procedure penalty on that play that was declined by McGuffey. All right, so Carlisle out here.
Well, thank goodness it wasn't pre-snap.
Yeah. No fullback here. They have Jeremiah Johnson split to the left side. Carlisle goes under center. Man in motion's Brookman. They pitch it to him. He wants to get the left side. Good block by Johnson. Trying to get around the corner is Brookman. And he will be stretching forward for about a yard or two. Just couldn't quite get to that far side. And it'll bring up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, Chartiers-Houston did a good job to string that out. Different formation that time for McGuffey. They tried to get the blockers, Jeremiah Johnson and Ethan Dietrich, already over there for blocking purposes and try to out-formation Chartiers-Houston, but good job by the Buccaneers.
Pickup of 1, 2nd down and 9. If you're McGuffey here, there's time on the clock, but you don't want to waste any of it. You want to use every minute you have here, trailing by 6. Carlisle under center. Man in motion, Brookman to the left. Fake the pitch to him. Rolling out is Carlisle. He's looking downfield. He's got a man. It's going to be caught at the 30, and Johnson has it out to about the 34. That is a gain of about 6. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Lane Camden limps off for the Buccaneers. He struggled with an ankle all game. So 3rd down. What is it, 3rd and 4, partner?
3rd and 3. Say.
Oh, 3rd and 3.
A long 3 maybe,
yep.
But it's 3. Clock winding down to 5:20 now. All right, Carlisle under center again.
Don't lose any yards here.
And Brookman in motion. Keeping it as Carlisle. He's trying to left side. Nothing there. He dives forward finally for a couple, actually. Made something out of nothing to make it 4th and a long 1, I believe, as they're going to put the ball at the 36. But
I think you got to go for it.
You got to
now.
go for it, and you got to hurry. You can't keep calling these in from the line, the sideline. You've got to start. You've got to start getting these plays in quicker.
Sorry.
All right, I think we've killed 3 of those mosquitoes now.
Sorry.
Get rid of that stuff on there.
All right. 4th and 1.
4th and 1 now. Big play here from McGuffey. Carlisle under center. And emotions, Brookman. They pitch it to him. He's going to try to get up the middle, and he is stopped short. No gain, and Chartiers-Houston is going to take over on downs.
Well, it depends where they spot this.
Well,
the far
guy has them out. I don't think it's far enough still. They need to definitely get to it, the 37, and they're not there. It's if anything, it's a 36 and a half.
McGuffey has 2 timeouts remaining, if you're wanting to know that. They are going to measure, but I think you're right.
There's no point in measuring. That's a waste of everybody's time. But
yeah, it looks short.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's short, but they're going to measure for some reason. So the defense is going to have to come up big again there, partner.
That they are.
And quickly.
Kill a bug and then smashed on my paper, man.
Sorry.
At least swat it. Don't smash it.
Wanted to make sure it was dead.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Yeah, I'd say it's a full yard. Like there's no sense to measure there, but whatever. All right. Buccaneers have the ball at their own 36. As Jason mentioned, they have McGuffey has 2 timeouts. There's 4:21 remaining. I don't like that play call either.
I don't because you're pitching it back 5
You got
yards.
a really good fullback that has gotten you positive yardage all game. But all right.
If you're McGuffey, you got to bring the house now, partner. Sell out on the run.
Yep. It's getting wet, so maybe you get fortunate and they'll bobble their own snap. Here, McGuffey certainly had those issues tonight. Petsko in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Gets a snap. Hands off to Ireson, right side. Hole at the 35, 30. And he's close to a first down, all the way down near the 26-yard line. Huge hole on the right side.
Yeah, it's the same play. Off tackle to the right. It's the read. The quarterback is reading, and he's either going to hand off or he's going to keep it. And McGuffey has had no answer for that tonight, Rusty.
They have not. Clock all the way down to 4 seconds here. Chartiers-Houston will use every minute of this and to drain it. And
you got to start thinking timeouts if you're McGuffey. You got 2 left. I just heard a whistle.
Sideline warning. Now they're resetting the game clock, or the play clock.
Well, now it's going to run. So that's another 25 seconds you're going to lose.
Wow.
Wow. That doesn't seem right. You can't just reset the game clock in 25
seconds.
seconds.
There's a McGuffey player down that's back down at the 15-yard line.
Boy, you let that play clock run down, and then the official wanted to. Wow.
What is going on?
Wow. Not good.
First game of the year for who? I don't think it's just the players that look a little bit off for the 8th week of play here in the WPIL.
Why don't we take a break? Partner?
Yeah, let's do it. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air 8 Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Biggie's Pizza, located at 210 Main Street in Claysville, is proud to announce they've added a second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling, serving your favorite pizza, wings, calzones, strombolis, salads, and don't forget to ask them about their brand new Mini Biggie, Mini Bowly, and the all-new apple pie pizza dessert. Delivery and carry-out options are available. Every day, a 1 large, 1 topping pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a 2 liter of pop is only only $22.99. Stop in and see them, 210 Main Street in downtown Claysville, or their second location, 167 16th Street in historic downtown Wheeling. Biggie's Pizza, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
They put 20 seconds back on the clock, partner.
Well, they did.
That's about right.
At least. I mean, we've seen that clock run and run and run.
Yep.
There's been several people that have had to tell the clock operator to stop it here tonight.
So what they did is they put it back to where it was when they got the first down.
Yeah.
So it was at 3:52. So we're going to just restart it at 3:52 and restart the play clock as well. Cal Brookman was the injured Highlander. He's up and off to the sidelines now.
All right.
Well, partner, you got to sell out on the run. I
yeah,
mean,
at this
you
point.
got to send everybody at the – and if they hit you with a play-action pass, God bless them. I mean, I think that's almost what you have to do at this moment.
All right, there they start everything.
I mean, that's just my opinion. Now we're going to stop the clock again. So it says 3:44 now, so we ran 8 seconds off the clock. Now they're going to put 25 seconds. Well, don't they have to reset it to 3:52? Oh, my gosh.
Well, 10 seconds is gone. Never to be heard from again. So,
I mean, if you had 3:52 and you're resetting the clock and putting the play clock back up to 25.
All right, there we go. Shotgun, 1st and 10, Buccaneers. They get it. Ireson, right side. He's hit near the line of scrimmage, but is able to fall forward to get a couple inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23. That is a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
So I assume McGuffey will start using their 2 remaining timeouts after this play. But you got to get a stop. You cannot let them get a first down. And basically have the same play again, correct?
Yeah, just different side. Yeah, but that's that off to the right side and delayed handoff.
They're
to
attacking
Ireson.
the right side of that line, the left side of the defensive line for the Highlanders.
2nd down and 7. Petsko in the shotgun, gets it. This time to the other side, and there's a hole. 20,
hole.
15. First down, Chartiers-Houston down to the 14-yard line, and that doesn't quite do it, but it's going to make it a lot closer.
Yep.
McGuffey has 2 timeouts, and they'll use them at some point here, but
Chartiers-Houston can milk this thing now.
yeah, it'll be under 2 minutes by the time they snap this.
Unless the officials decide to.
Unless they get, tell them to reset again, yeah. Let's go in the shotgun. Gets it. Lines up to Cavallo on the right side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Stop there, and we have a timeout by McGuffey. And they actually stopped it. That's good. All right, we have progress. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, right back, powered by Air 8 Sports Shop.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars since 1930.
All right, back here after the McGuffey timeout. They have 1 remaining. It will be 2nd down and 8 when we resume. Ball all the way down at the McGuffey 13-yard line. Chartiers-Houston already up by 6, 13-7. You've got to think they are well within their kicker's field goal range now. And so even if McGuffey is able to stop them, they're going to have a chance to make it a 2-score game regardless.
Yeah, but given that snap that they had last time, I don't know if they'd risk that.
What else are you going to do? You're not going to go for it on 4th down. So I think we heard they're going to put the clock at 2 minutes.
Yep, they put 2 minutes on the clock.
All right, 2nd down and 8. Let's go in the shotgun. Going to hand off to Ireson. He's going to head up the middle. He is hit from behind and dropped for we have a flag.
False start.
False start.
Now what are they going to do with the clock?
The false start. Is that pre-snap?
If it's pre-snap, it needs to go
back
to 2 minutes.
It needs to go back to 2 minutes if that's pre-snap penalty. But
yep, they're trying to tell the clock operator to put 2 minutes on the clock. Yep.
All right, so after the penalty, it is now 2nd and 13. Mel is bringing the play in from the near sideline.
We can just call this game the Adventures of Clock. Adventures of the Scoreboard Clock.
It has been. It's been the biggest challenge tonight here. All right, 2nd down 13. That's going the shotgun. He gets a snap. Hand off to Iverson. He's hitting the backfield back near the 20, and I think they might give him forward progress to about the 19. Timeout McGuffey with 1:54 to go.
Should be their last one.
And ball, they might have been able to push forward about this 18 and a half, but that's where the line of scrimmage will be for this 3rd and 14.
So they're going to run this play. And
then
we're
doing that.
25-second clock. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you about McAdoo's. Cold weather wreaks havoc on your vehicles. Dead batteries, flat tires, or simply locked out. Call McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. McAdoo's offers roadside services including fuel delivery, lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour towing, recovery, and hauling of services for vehicles and loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes. A family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call a family you can trust at 724-484-7300. McAdoo's Towing and Crane Service. Their business is picking up.
Well, Rusty, 3rd down and long for Chartiers-Houston, 3rd and 13.
Oh, Kenny Chesney.
What's
Boys
up?
a fall, I think.
Well, here is the scenario. McGuffey needs to stop, get the ball back somehow, and score, or they're going to make things really hard on themselves to get a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Because they would have to go in and defeat Wash-Eye. Best Center next week, Wash-Eye the following week.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be on the road in the first round.
If they did create
Wash-Eye,
that'd be a bigger mess.
Yeah, then you got to go to the probably all the way to the Gardner points, I would think.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 14 now, I think.
They're not going to throw this ball, are they?
I don't know. Wouldn't think.
Wouldn't think.
And there's false start. So we're going to mark this back 5 yards and what looked to be makeable field goal range. Now, if you're Chartiers-Houston, you've got to think you've got to have some more yards in order to attempt the field goal. Because
and it's the receivers that are moving early. Which
that was
drives
the
coach
slot
nuts.
on the right, I think. That is now the ball's all the way back to the 23.
All you have to do is watch the ball. If you're McGuffey, you're hoping a bad snap here or something. Put it on the turf. How about a scoop and score?
Yeah.
Did Clutter have one year at Wash-Eye late in the game?
He did. There's a snap handed off to Iverson, and he is going to be hit and dropped for no gain, maybe a loss of a half yard back near the 24. And the clock will be able to wind all the way down to about, 1:15?
About 110.
110, somewhere around there.
So Fetzko may let this go down and then call timeout with 1 second left, possibly.
And I do see Romano.
Well, he just
out
threw the
there.
tee back.
Yeah.
He just threw the kicking.
Keep the offense
block.
out there. Then,
Yep.
or? So 12 seconds left on the play clock. They will wind it down here. 1:15 to go here on the. They'll be under 110 when they snap, more than likely. Fetzko gets the snap. It's fumbled. He goes back now. He's got the ball. He's running back. He's going to be tackled, I bet, all the way outside his 35-yard line. A huge loss on the play with 1:02 to go. McGuffey has no timeouts, but they will take over on their own 36-yard line.
Well, they rushed to get that snap off, and that's what happens when you rush.
Now
McGuffey has a shot here. Who's going to quarterback?
Carlisle's out there.
Well, there is a chance.
See what they can do with
the
the 1 minute offense.
64 yards.
Carlisle under center. And there goes Brookman in motion. Back to pass Carlisle. He throws back to Carlisle. Brookman. He just misses it at the 45. Ball was a little bit thrown too far outside, and Brookman couldn't come up with it, but otherwise he had a lot of space over there.
That's the throwback to the running back. Coach Dalton loves to pull out when he needs a big play. Everybody rolls out to the right, including the quarterback, and he stops and he throws back to the left with the running back running a wheel route. Better throw. That would have been interesting, partner.
Oh, yeah.
Real interesting.
Brookman has got some wheels, and that could have been very interesting. 55 on the clock.
They got to hurry up on the play clock.
Yeah,
They're
it's down to
14
seconds. They got some time here to line up. Carlisle under center again. It's a snap. He's straight back. Throws over to the left side again. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. He was trying to hit Janovich,
And
but
Carlisle got hit late and nothing called.
wow, we saw roughing the passer called on McGuffey earlier in the game. That time, nothing. Clock stopped with 49 to go.
Yeah, he was thrown down late on the play. Well, first down's relevant, but not as relevant as that clock right now.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10 after the 2
Because
incompletions.
if you get tackled inbounds and you don't have a first down, you got to hurry up and get up to the line.
Logan Carlisle under center. Brookman in motion. They fake the pitch to him. Carlisle, lots of time. He throws, caught, and it's Janovich. He's short of the first down. He'll be dropped back, and they got to run because they're going to say the clock has stopped. They're saying he's out of bounds. Wow, I thought.
Wow, it's forward progress.
Yeah,
was up here.
which, to be honest, though,
McGuffey's clock will be running.
Yeah, so that benefits McGuffey because he had a couple more yards, but that would have stopped him in bounds.
So 4th down.
4th down and a long 3. They need to get to the 46-yard line.
Two safety look.
And in motion is Dietrich. They fake it to him. Now they throw it. It's incomplete, and that's it. That is the ball game. And with 32 seconds, it's a turnover on downs. The Buccaneers are going to win this, and McGuffey will lose their first conference game.
Well, not the outcome the Highlanders wanted for sure. 4th down play, a little swing pass, falls incomplete, and quite frankly, if he catches it, I don't know if he gets the first down anyhow.
No, he was bad. In fact, that was close to being a backwards pass.
It was.
Yeah. But Chartiers-Houston should be able to come out here in victory formation and just take a knee and wrap it all up. And he will do that. It'll be the last play of the game. So your final score here today, Chartiers-Houston 13, McGuffey 7. We'll be right back here to wrap things up on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by AR8 Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi everyone, Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. And whenever your home or business gives you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or installation, the experienced staff will assist your needs. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 6 and Saturday 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean.
Accidents are unfortunate events and often cause stress and disruption in your daily life. Relax. Let Lombardi Auto Body help you get through this process of getting your vehicle back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Open since 1984, Lombardi Auto Body is a family-run business that delivers the highest quality repairs with continued customer loyalty. Call Lombardi's first to schedule your free estimate. Lombardi Auto Body, 140 Highland Avenue in Washington, 724-222-3077.
Back here at Buccaneers Stadium, final score, Chartiers-Houston 13, McGuffey 7, and it was 7-6 McGuffey at the half. The only score in the third quarter came after a McGuffey bad snap that Jeremiah Johnson couldn't get the punt off, and Chartiers-Houston would take over at the McGuffey 20, and eventually they would punch it in with a 1-yard run from Jordan Ireson, his second of the game. They did get the extra point there, made it 13-7, and that was it. McGuffey had a chance late to a couple times to move the ball, but just couldn't really get anything going on offense, and that will put them at 3-1 of the conference. They hit on the makes it a lot tougher because now you've kind of made the Wash High game a must-win if you'd like to have a home field game.
Yeah, then you're talking about tiebreakers
and all kinds of stuff
else.
because Wash High beat Chartiers-Houston, but yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of those games where the kids know each other, so it's a rivalry. So they know they've been playing against Chartiers-Houston from the youth on.
Yeah.
So they know these kids, so it's a pride thing, and losing to Chartiers-Houston, it's not going to sit well with the Highlander players nor the coaching staff. And you said at a break right after the game, and they had no business losing that game, and they really didn't.
No, it was a bunch of penalties, some turnovers, and that was the story of the game. But, yeah, they'll have to look to bounce back next week and get the win at home at senior night against Best Center, and then move on from there. And You'll have that, or no, Zach will have that game next week. You and
Zach and Jason will.
Yeah, and we'll be back after that. Well, keep your eye on the website, though, McGuffeysports.com, because both, as we talked about in the pregame show, McGuffey boys and girls soccer headed towards the postseason. Jason will have the website updated as we find out when and where they'll be playing, and we'll try to get those broadcasts out for you as well. But that'll do it here for us this evening from Buccaneer Stadium in Houston, PA. Final score, Chartiers-Houston 13, McGuffey 7. You've been listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. For Jason Kern, I'm Rusty Pettit saying good night and have a great weekend.